Live from Hooper Stadium on the campus of Nevada Union High School. Touchdown Productions celebrating our 12th exciting season of local high school sports television is proud to present the CIF, Sac-Joaquin Section, Les Schwab Tires, Division I Football Playoffs, presented by Farmers Insurance. Tonight, in the first round of the playoffs, your Delta Valley League champion, Nevada Union Miners, take on the Vacaville Bulldogs. It's the first step towards a section title, and all the football action starts right here, right now, on your NorCal Game of the Week. Well, tonight, the 9-1 Delta Valley League champion, Nevada Union Miners, enjoy the home cooking for the playoffs for the first time since 2005 here at Hooper Stadium against the 7-3 Vacaville Bulldogs. Good evening, football fans, wherever you are across our Foothill network of stations. This is Jim Adams, the voice of Nevada Union Miner football. I'm joined tonight by our veteran football analyst, Coach Paul Brown. Our director tonight in Commander 2 is Gil Dominguez, and of course the rest of the Touchdown Production sports team on hand as we begin part 2 of the Nevada Union Miner season, a trip to the playoffs. Paul, this has not happened since 2006.
Boy, you're right there, Jim. And these Miners have played tough football all year long and were rewarded with their efforts when Laguna Creek suffered their first loss of the season last week, which tied them with Nevada Union as co-champions. And since the top 2 DVL programs received home playoff games, it's the Vacaville Bulldogs who have to make that long drive to Grass Valley to meet our Miners close up and personal.
Tonight also marks a historic first. It's the first time the Miners have played a postseason game on the artificial field at Hooper Stadium, and a chance for retribution against a Vacaville team who knocked them out of the playoffs back in 2006.
And after a week of spirited practice, these Miners are ready for some playoff football, which is a group of players that they have never experienced football, or playoff football.
So the Miners make the playoffs for the first time since 2006 against the team that ended their run in the first round. And on the other side of the break, we'll take a look at those Division I and Division IV playoff grids. We'll take a little time to get to know the Vacaville Bulldogs better. We'll talk also about Nevada Union Miners. But first, we'll take a break. After we remind you that this special edition of Nevada Union Football has been underwritten by
Hanson Brothers Enterprises. At Hanson Brothers Enterprises, their goals are simple: provide rock and sand products, ready-mix concrete and construction services, and rental equipment to their customers while providing safe, stable employment for their employees, thereby ensuring Hanson Brothers Enterprise will continue to be a contributor to our community just as they have been since 1953. They are Hanson Brothers Enterprises, part of the fabric of Nevada and Placer counties.
Hills Flat Lumber Company. Hills Flat has been your local home center in Grass Valley since 1921, with 2 locations to serve you in Colfax and the newest store in Grass Valley. At Hills Flat, you'll meet Tim Lloyd, their appliance guru. Tim brings over 20 years of appliance experience with him every day. He doesn't just sell appliances, he knows appliances. Whether you need a full kitchen appliance package or are looking to update to a more efficient model, Tim is there to help you every step of the way at Hills Flat Lumber Company in Colfax and Grass Valley.
And by our good friends, Mike Bratton, State Farm Insurance and Financial Services. Mike Bratton knows a winning team when he sees one, and that's why he supports Nevada Union Miners. Mike and Robin remind you to come and join them as they honor their son Michael at the 3rd annual Turkey Trot 5 and 10K run. That's Thursday, November 27th at Hooper Stadium. Registration begins at 7:30 and the racing begins at 8:30. The MEB2 Foundation supports local youth activities and suicide depression awareness incentives. So come out, join the friends of Michael and Robin and the Bratton family Thanksgiving morning, November 27th, for the 3rd annual Turkey Trot 5 and 10K run.
Soft Answers, Dallas Wivholm is your local computer specialist in computer software management, design, and consultation. That's why Dallas and Soft Answers are your computer's best friends. Dallas is ready to take on all those hard-to-solve computer problems that come up and when you design your system. So make your computer and computer system your friend again with the help of Dallas Wivholm and Soft Answers, a proud supporter of Nevada Union Sports.
And the Beam Easy Living Center. Get a jump on Christmas with the holidays throughout the store event at the Beam Easy Living Center. It all begins Monday, November 24th, and it lasts through Saturday the 29th. At the Beam Center, you'll find the area's largest showroom of high-def TVs and components and your headquarters for big-screen TVs and electronics in Grass Valley. They're also the home of the Beam Central Vacuum System and many electronic security systems and air filtration systems for your home. It's the holidays throughout the store event at the Beam Easy Living Center Monday the 24th through Saturday the 29th.
And by Touchdown Productions, we are celebrating our 12th season of local sports television. Jim Adams with you tonight, along with Paul Brown, saying thanks for tuning in tonight, and be sure to join Ed Martin and I next time as we present the Division I Volleyball Championship game featuring the Lady Miners versus the Napa Indians. The Lady Miners have made history as the only team to win 7 section championships. It's the Lady Miners versus Napa in the section finals right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. Everybody who is listening, don't miss that match. It will be one of the best you will ever see. So, Paul, how's it going there tonight?
It's really going good. I'm so glad to be here with you, Jim. There's nothing like playoff football. We've been here all season long, but playoff football is the best.
It really is, and Nevada Union comes in with a good record with a good season. Their only blemish, as you mentioned, that Laguna Creek game that they lost, kind of a mud bowl, turned out to be a 13-7 game on not only a wet field, but it was it was more of a pigsty appearance than it was a football field. Nothing but wet mud. And so tonight, though, we don't have to worry about that here at Hooper Stadium. Nevada Union comes in against a good Vacaville team, and many people are saying that this is a toss-up.
It's true. But let's look back at the season for a second here, Jim. At the beginning, who would have thunk that we'd have seen a 9-1 team here out of these minors? Maybe you saw that in the future, but I certainly didn't.
Well, you figure, Paul, just to make a 9-1 run, man, there are a lot of games to navigate through, and there were a lot of games that Nevada Union played where they said, hey, this is going to be a real tough team this week, and the Miners just dominated in those situations.
They did, and in many games, they came back from behind and showed a lot of character, especially early in the season.
They did.
We did, and we saw players develop as the season grew on. And, I think what we should do is we should also talk about a couple of players that really deserve some recognition.
A lot of awards came out of the league this week, Paul.
And let's talk about that after we have our next run of mentions here.
And we're also going to talk about Vacaville and give you a little prep into what they show, but we're going to remind you that this special edition of Nevada Union Playoff Football is being underwritten by
Seaford Physical Therapy. Seaford Physical Therapy knows the human body and has devoted their entire lives to learn how to make you whole again. As a clinical expert in manual therapy, John Seifert brings a decade of experience to every single case. Whether it's in orthopedics, sports injuries, or rehabilitation after an accident or surgery, the staff at Seifert Physical Therapy is there to serve you and make you whole again. That's Seifert Physical Therapy, proud to donate their time as one of the sports trainers of the Bear River Bruin football program.
Chan Moon and Kirschbaum, OD. Doctors Jerry Chan, Lisa Moon, Stephanie Kirschbaum are ready to offer you complete eye care in Grass Valley. Dr. Kirschbaum joins one of the most progressive optometric programs in the county. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum offer you families complete and thorough eye examination using Optomat technology. They carry a wide selection of frames for you and grind their own lenses. It's Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum on Sierra College Boulevard, Grass Valley, where they protect your most precious gift of sight. And let's see if we can tune in here with still Steve Pilcher. And I think that he has a very special introduction. There you see the Lady Miners volleyball team, Paige Carnahan, Kendall, Paige, Lex Moser, Abby Maraldi. There you see the two Butterfield sisters in the front, Kendall, in the back, Tessa. Last night they played at University of California, Davis for the Division I championship. I got to tell you, even if you know the results of that match, we were there live last night, even if you know the results, that was one of the most incredible matches I have ever seen. You will want to watch it. It will keep you on the edge of your seat all night. Paul, we talked about a very special group of guys. That is a very special group of girls. A program expected to go nowhere, and it really made something of itself. But we'd like to remind you that this special edition of Miner Football is being underwritten by
Extremely Green. Saving the planet is everyone's responsibility, but recycling is just not enough. Well, it's easy for you to think green at Extremely Green in Grass Valley. There you'll find a treasure chest of earth-friendly gifts and goods. They're located in the side of that big A-frame building on Main Street. Just at Extremely Green is their new EcoFlame products, which is an earth-friendly, sugarcane-based heating and cooking fuel for camping and emergency cooking and warming applications. It's a clean burning gel and only available at Extremely Green, specializing in products for earth-friendly living.
Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. Chuck Cavros wants your truck to look its best with accessories from Top This. Chuck's ready to talk about the latest technologies and promises to deliver truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of accessories from WeatherGuard, DZ, and Racket racks. Now that the weather will soon be wet, be sure to see their selection of chrome toolboxes, mirrors, and ski racks. So give your truck some attitude and get the service you want at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, your truck's favorite store.
And by our good friends at Pioneer Motors. Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. The energy it takes to create an automobile versus driving one is that it's already been manufactured, and that time is substantial. So when you choose a used vehicle, you're helping the environment by consuming less energy. At Pioneer Motors, each car is hand-picked, Carfax checked, inspected, and detailed. That's why the residents of Nevada County have voted them the best used car dealership for the past 8 years. That's Pioneer Motors, right here in Grass Valley, and a proud supporter of NU football.
And Touchdown Productions, we're celebrating our 12th season of local sports television. Jim Adams, Paul Brown saying, thanks for voting us one of the best in Nevada County for 2007 by readers of the Union newspaper. And be sure to tune in each and every week on our Foothill network of stations, ACTV Channel 20 in Auburn, Suddenlink Channel 16, Lake of the Pines Channel 7, and NCTV Channel 11 in Grass Valley. Well, let's take a look at the playoff grids. Kind of interesting. Paul and I talked about this before the game tonight. And if you take a look here, here you see the Division I grid. Pleasant Grove against Fairfield, and there you see Nevada Union and Vacaville. So if the Miners are able to prevail tonight, they will face either number 3 Fairfield or number 1 Pleasant Grove. It will be very easy to see. It will be very interesting to see exactly what happens. If Fairfield beats Pleasant Grove, we'll be right back here with you next Friday from Hooper Stadium. But that isn't all, Paul. We also have a little bit something going in one of our other divisions. And
I think we're going to see that grid right here, Jim. We're talking about those games that Bear River is currently playing in, and
you talked about how there's a possibility. Here it is right here.
Oh, there
you
go.
See Bear River and Colfax. Go ahead, Paul.
Okay, well, of course, Bear River has to travel to Dixon tonight, Jim, and they're going to be playing a very good Dixon team with a record that is exactly the same as theirs. On the other end of the spectrum, Colfax is traveling to Oakdale, to that very difficult Oakdale Stadium. They call it the Roundup, and Bear River has been there several times and never been able to prevail. But if those two teams were to prevail tonight, we would see a Bear River Colfax next week, and that's what we're all hoping for.
And let's talk a little bit about Nevada Union football. Boy, a week where they got to take home a lot of the bounty in the Delta Valley Conference.
That's well put, Jim. You know, there are 6 first-team All-League players that came out of this team, and 3 of them from the defense and 3 of them from the offense. First team at quarterback, Brogan Jantz. And I don't think that's a surprise to anybody that's watched Brogan.
He's had a tremendous season.
He really has, and this is a real deal quarterback, and I'm really hoping that he goes someplace and some college takes advantage of his talents. Also on first team on offense, Dan Tetanato at tight end, and we've seen him. He's a big receiver, done a great job this year. And then on the offensive line, Nick Souza, who doesn't get nearly enough credit for opening up a lot of the holes that Cameron Ryan runs through during the season. So those are the 3 offensive players that we see on first team All-League this year.
And we saw a couple of very good ones on the defensive side. Both linebackers, Henry Harrison, who has had a sensational season. Several big sacks, but he roams with authority there on defense. And then you take a look at Zach Vallejo. Zach Vallejo also with an incredible campaign. He averages 12.6 tackles per game, and then rounded out by Eric Niederberger on the defensive line, and then Offensive Player of the Year Cameron Ryan, Defensive Player of the Year Cole Stanford. So excellent campaign for Nevada Union. We're going to take a look at the Vacaville team in just a moment after we remind you that this special edition of Nevada Union football has been underwritten by
Anderson Physical Therapy. Anderson Physical Therapy is devoted to providing therapy care in a professional manner in a comfortable environment. Phil Anderson and Craig Besler have over 42 years of clinical experience treating a variety of injuries, including spinal rehabilitation, post-surgical patients, and along with many sports injuries. They also specialize in treating seniors with a balance of problems. Education on how the body heals is also a part of the treatment that you will get at Anderson Physical Therapy. They accept most insurance plans and are open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and that's at Anderson Physical Therapy.
SPD Markets, the Painter family wants you to know that they feed the miners. They've been taking care of feeding Nevada County since 1959 and are so proud of the accomplishments of our Nevada Union minor football team. Family owned and operated by the Painter family, SPD is a staple in the community. Now that the playoffs are here, it's time to get into the spirit and support the Nevada Union minor team. There is no better way to watch the games on the game of the week than with chips, dips, and sodas from SPD. SPD Market, it's the hometown proud market where your neighbors shop.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And by BNC True Value. BNC is your neighborhood home and garden center for both builders and consumers. Winter's coming, and BNC has a host of project helpers to help you choose from. Their log splitters boost 21 pounds of pressure and run 190 cc's Briggs & Stratton motors. They also stock long tractors, batteries, and at BNC Home and Garden Centers, they're open 7:30 to 6 Monday through Saturday and 8 to 5 on Sundays. That's BNC True Value Hardware and Garden Center.
So, Paul, as we get ready here for our national anthem, we have the Nevada Union chorus down below. There is the color guard from the Marines for this big playoff game of the Nevada Union Miners versus the Vacaville Bulldogs. Vacaville coming in with a record of 7-3. Miners in strong at 8-1. And so we expect a very spirited contest here tonight. Many are saying that this Vacaville team will probably be the biggest test of the Miners this year. And so to honor America, here is our national anthem. just wrap it up by saying that this special edition of Nevada Union Minor Football has been underwritten by Tony's Forest Products and Christmas trees. Christmas comes once a year. It's a special time with family and friends, and a Christmas tree is a big part of your holiday decor. The Tony family has been serving your holiday trees needs at the same location for 20 years. Mike and his sons harvest fresh trees from Washington, Oregon, and then truck them to Grass Valley. At Tony's, you'll find Douglas firs, grand firs, noble firs, silver tips, white firs, and cedar trees in a variety of heights. Tony is open 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week until all the trees are gone. Merry Christmas from the Tony family. And so we get ready here tonight. You see Touchdown Productions. We're celebrating our 12th season of local sports television, and Jim Adams and the coach, Paul Brown, saying thanks for joining us tonight and all throughout the 2008 football season. Be sure to stay tuned after the game when we announce the Touchdown Productions Player of the Game presented by CombiTrophyAwards.com. Paul and I will select the most deserving NU player and honor him with the Player of the Game award. So stay tuned for the Touchdown Productions Player of the Game award presented by CombiTrophyAwards.com coming up immediately after this game. So Nevada Union will kick off. They always enjoy being in that position. The chances are that we will see Vacaville first on offense. Vacaville with a strong quarterback, two very good running backs, and also a one very talented receiver. So it's going to be very interesting to see if the Miners can get off to a fast start tonight. Connor Maloney to kick it off. There's a squibber down the right side, and it goes out of bounds.
Back to receive that kick, Jim, was a very talented back, the Markel Williams, number 22, will be calling his number a lot tonight. He is one of their most talented offensive players and an all-league player for Vacaville.
And he's a weapon that they're going to really try to use against Nevada Union. You'll probably see that this Vacaville team will pass about 5 to 10 times in the game tonight. Their main thrust will be running. They also use the wing T offense. So the good news is that the Nevada Union is kind of used to that and might be able to read it a little bit better. The bad news is that when Nevada Union runs it, Vacaville should be good with it also. So here we go. First play offensively for Vacaville. Quarterback Ross Peacock. Handoff right side. Big pile, and finally they drive him backwards after a what appears to be about a 6-yard gain.
They decided to go immediately with their bread and butter. They went with Markel Williams. Some quick stats on Williams. He's had 116 carries for a total of 714 yards.
And here's the left side. Gets close to a first down, but doesn't quite convert. And carrying the ball on the play is Jimmy Hines.
Hines being the other very proficient back for Vacaville. 1,100 yards.
Third and short, less than a yard. Handoff up the middle, stumbles but gets the first down. And so Vacaville converts on their first sequence here.
And boy, you're sure right, Jim. They like to run inside the tackles, don't they?
Well, and part of their game, too, Paul, is deception. They're a difficult team to read. And just about the time you think you have them figured out, they'll give you a new wrinkle. Handoff right up the middle, about 3 yards on the play.
And again, I believe that was Williams with the carry.
For number 34, Jimmy Hines.
So both teams kind of feeling each other out. The defense getting their sea legs.
2nd down and 8. This will be a pass. Throws long. Has his man out there, and did he catch it in bounds?
I believe he
did. Kyler Martin on the reception.
And Martin brings down a gem, Jim. That was right over the shoulder, and Martin had presence of mind to not only catch the football, but to keep his feet in bound. Let's take a look at the replay. And you can see a nicely thrown ball, a little high, but floats right in. The defender doesn't turn until the ball's almost there. And watch him hold his feet. One, right foot in bounds.
And so there is Wivholm on the defensive play. And got a little bit turned around. The Bulldogs have run a play now, and it's going to be 2nd down and 5. Handoff again, good deception, left side, 1st down. Jeff Beasley on the carry.
So the Bulldogs changing up with Beasley in the backfield now. Getting his first carry and then goes immediately off the field.
Strong suit for the Miners has been their defense this season, and yet they're having a hard time here with the Bulldogs early on. Handoff, left side, doesn't get much, but takes Miner tacklers and just drags him along.
And it looks like, early now, watching the offensive line fire out. The Bulldogs are winning that battle. This is early on, of course.
2nd and 5. Handoff, not much on this play. Miners gang tackling.
It's Juan Espinoza leading that tackle. And the first time they've really held them to basically no yards.
Let's take a look at that quickly.
You see number 33, Espinoza, come right in there, driving him back.
And they're going to need a play like that here on 3rd down. 3rd and about 3. Handoff. Met at the line of scrimmage, but then gets a few yards. But I think that he will be short. Taylor Goodson on the carry, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So now we got to find out if they've got a kicking game or not here, Jim.
1 yard gain on play. Number 4, Taylor Goodson.
I would get, if this was Coach Humphers, he would be going for it here on 4th and 3.
Either that or he'd bring Maloney in and put 3 points on the board. So it would be interesting to see. And Vacaville will go on it. Handoff, hit at the line, but I think he got the 1st down.
He may have gotten in. If they're running it. Yes, he did.
He did. Touchdown. So touchdown Bulldogs here on their first possession.
Wow. They bulldogged him in there. Jim, I mean, he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he just pushed the pile right on into the end zone.
Paul, great drive by the Vacaville Bulldogs to start off this game.
No question about it.
Dave Humphers has always said the first 5 minutes of a game is important. Well, this one is 3 minutes and 40 seconds old. And
advantage Bulldogs.
Yes. Ball is spotted, kicked, and good.
Dead center.
So a look at the scoreboard with 8 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs have struck first, and they lead 7-0. And so, Paul, in just a moment, we're going to have an opportunity to take a look at Nevada Union. Nevada Union with a very good offense, and let's take a look here on this last play in which the Bulldogs got their first point. There they are at the 5, 4th and short.
Now look at that offensive line moving that pile, and here, 2nd and even 3rd effort, they're going to move that scrum over that line and get that touchdown. That's impressive. That's power football.
That is. And for Nevada Union, I'm sure not a pretty sight for them. The defense for the Bulldogs is a man-to-man defense, and you will watch them blitz on almost every play. So it will be the ability of the Miners to pick up that blitz, or Brogan Jans to scramble through it, that we'll see what happens. But here it comes. And it's a high one, calls for a fair catch and takes it. So a smart play by Nevada Union.
So they'll get good field position to start off with. You're looking like they're going to spot it somewhere around about the 38-yard line.
I think that was Henry Harrison that took that fair catch. Was it, Paul? 27?
It looked like it was.
So the Miners have Cole Stanford, who goes wide left. and watch for a little bit of a different offense by Nevada Union tonight. Brogan Jans back to pass, looks over the middle, throws, White in open and complete, going down the sideline to almost the 30-yard line.
And that's Pettinato, and we're seeing why he was all-league tight end. Pettinato, a big receiver, easy to find on the field, and once he gets that football, a powerful runner.
First down.
So, Jim,
a big play here.
Came to a fist fight,
take a
and
look
they're
at
ready
this.
to fight.
Yeah.
There it is. Look at him, and watch. Squares himself up the field. He knows he's going to get what he can get. Gets out of bounds.
Miners now, another first down run over the left side. Drew Hoskins on the carry.
And big chunks of yardage being eaten up by the Miners.
Number 5, Drew Hoskins.
There's no power football here. Let's throw the ball. Let's get downfield.
First down.
8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Nevada Union now on the drive. They are at about the 20-yard line. Brogan Jans calling signals, man in motion, hands off to Ralph. Ralph takes it over the left side. Nice carry and a good play. Jared Ralph.
5-yard gain on the play.
So that's another 5 yards for Nevada Union.
Humpers.
And notice the energy that this team has come out with. This offense is firing.
Well, they are, and you're going to see a good mix of both running and passing. This one will be a pass. Throws out in front. Pass interference looks like, but they call it incomplete.
He was hanging on him.
Dan Pettinato again.
And Pettinato gave a maximum effort, outstretched just off the fingertips.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd down 6.
Incomplete pass. Ball was intended for number 10, Dan Pettinato.
Into the game for Nevada Union comes Duncan Chappell.
So, Jim, if you're Coach Humphers, are you in 2-down territory here?
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see whether he brings in Maloney or not in this. But here's Cameron Ryan. Big hole. Needs a block. Gets it. Touchdown, Miners. Cameron Ryan.
And now we're seeing why Cameron Ryan is the Offensive Player of the Year. Going around the corner, finding the flag, and heading to the barn.
And all he needed was that one block, Paul. He picked it up and was in. So here's Connor Maloney for a big point after here early on. Holding is Cole Stanford. Spotted, kick, and good. So a look at the scoreboard with 7:16 to go in the first quarter. We are tied at 7. And Paul, early on here, looks like kind of a shootout. And let's look at that Cameron Ryan play here one more time.
Watch him go around the right side. Now, there isn't a lot here. Once he gets that original block, here's a great block inside. But he's got a lot of room. And just gets shielded out there. No one is going to touch Cameron Ryan as he heads for that right-hand side of the end zone.
So a good start for Vacaville and a good start for Nevada Union. And now, let's take a look at it here. The Miners are going to really be called upon defensively to make a stand here, make a stop in this situation.
Now, this isn't unusual. Looking at the scoring averages, these two teams average about 2 touchdowns a quarter. Overall, they're very evenly matched, Jim. Vacaville scoring 41.8 points a game, and Nevada Union scoring 39. So we can expect a shootout tonight. Last team to get the ball may be the winner.
So Connor Maloney set to kick off. See if the Miners, special team-wise, have been very tricky this year. And there is the kick, goes right there, comes around this left side. Miners need to close it off, and they do. And that was Jeff Beasley on the carry for Vacaville. And a bevy of Miner defensive players taking him down, and the Bulldogs will set up shop at the 26-yard line. 7-7 here. Early on in the first quarter, 7:08 to go. Paul Brown, Jim Adams bringing you all of the action here from Hooper Stadium in this Division I showdown. Handoff and nothing there. Miners stack it up right at the line of scrimmage.
That's what the Niners needed. They needed to stop that inside run and force them outside. They basically went down the field on the last possession, inside the tackles.
Well, and you have to kind of say to yourself, Paul, what did the Miners pick up from that first drive? Can they make the adjustments? Well, here early on, only a 1-yard gain. That'll make it 2nd and 9. And nothing there either. Jimmy Hines on the carry of the ketchup variety, and Henry Harrison showing why he is all league with a huge tackle there. Loss of 5 yards.
Harrison beat his defensive back and threw off the block and was in the backfield just as the ball carrier got there.
Miners in the position defensively exactly where they would like to be. Back to pass. Here comes the rush. And that is a fumble. And now he calls it incomplete.
I think that's a good call.
I think it was too, but Paul, as the ball hit the ground, the referee just continued to look at the ball. So you think in that type of a situation that we don't have a forward pass, but whatever, it brings up a 4th down, and it allows Cole Stanford to go back deep. Let's run this in slow motion.
His arm is back, and he is right there. He's throwing the ball. He just lost the ball out of his hands, I believe. It's just
boy, that was close. It kind of fell out the backside. And here's the Miners. Nice return by Jared Ralph.
So once again, good field position for the Miners as they take over here.
So
5
Paul,
minutes and 59 seconds here in the first quarter.
What do they do here? Do we expect another series like we saw the first time? I mean, they mixed it up pretty well.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I can't imagine that Coach Humphreys is going to do anything, but what has already brought him success.
So Brogan Jantz brings in the play. Duncan Chappell goes wide left. Man in motion is Cameron Ryan. Fakes it to him. Now cuts inside. Here's Jantz. See if he can get some yardage. Gets a first down. Takes it inside. Well, we're going to mark it at about the 31-yard line. That will be a first down for Nevada Union. And with 5:43 to go here in the first quarter, he got it. Paul, he got a pretty bad spot on that one.
Yeah, I think you're right. Had he not lost his feet, he and held his balance, there was some open field in front of him.
So we're going to call it a 2nd down and about a foot for Nevada Union. Man in motion, hands it off instead up the middle for the first down. First man through was Drew Hoskins. Hoskins having a very good season this campaign for Nevada Union.
And boy, Ben Holmes, the middle linebacker for the Bulldogs, was just absolutely driven back and taken down. There was some kind of hole there. You could have driven a Mack truck through it.
Here comes Jans. Shotgun formation. Ryan in motion, and he's got it. Needs to seal off one guy. Sidesteps the first one. First down, Nevada Union. Inside the 20 to about the 12-yard line.
And that looked like the same play they just scored on in the last series, Jim.
I think it was exactly the same play. So that'll be at the 13. First down and 10. Has Ralph behind him along with Hoskins. So a lot of choices here. Gives it off to Ralph on the inside. Takes a few tacklers with him. Gets almost to the 5. They'll probably mark it at about the about the 8-yard line. We'll call it the 7.
And boy, if I'm the coach of the Bulldogs right now, I'm talking to my defense about stiffening up. There was a big hole in there for Ralph.
Well, and what are you going to do, Paul, if you get 5 yards of play, which is about what the Miners have been doing? Let's see what happens here. Single backfield. Man in motion is Ralph, but instead he gives it to Hoskins. Hoskins tries to find a little hole, but not much daylight. And that will go down to about the 6.
They're having success inside, Jim. I like Coach Humphreys' call there. Let's not get too fancy with it. It's 3rd down now and about, 3. They can get a first down without scoring.
Again, Cole Stanford breaks left, has Cameron Ryan in a little tighter. Back to pass. He's going to have to rush. But here he finds an opening.
He's
5, touchdown, Nevada Union. Brogan Jantz calls his own number after the receivers are covered, and he parlays that run into 6 points and the first Miners lead of the night, 13-7.
If Jantz isn't beating you with his arm, he's beating you with his legs and his brain. Jantz is a very smart quarterback and saw that hole and knew where to
he'll
go.
just hit it. So Maloney in again for a big extra point. Miners by 6. Holding is Cole Stanford, spotted, kicked, and good. 3:24 to play here in the first quarter. Nevada Union with their first lead of the night, 14-7. And Paul, you got to think that the defense for Vacaville is going to go back to the sidelines and have to sit down and try to figure this out.
Because it seems like everything Nevada Union is doing is working right now, Jim. Here's a replay of Jantz. Now watch Jantz beat him. First he'll go to his left, and now sees there's nothing there, turns quickly and evades this tackler right here, just outruns him. Jantz is a real smart quarterback. When you're developing a quarterback, first you're looking for a great mind and then a great arm, and having
How about a set of legs?
and then having the leg, that's a bonus. It's been fun watching him all season.
So Nevada Union, I'm sure, wanting to replicate defensively what they did on the last possession by the Bulldogs of Vacaville. And Connor Maloney, you never know exactly what you're going to get from Connor. So here is Maloney to kick off. Squibs it right down the middle of the field. Picked up. Running left, Miners need to get penetration. Gets a little bit of yardage, but not quite to the 30, to about the 28-yard line, where Vacaville will start up. Let's go to Marty Mortensen with an update from Bear River.
This is Marty Mortensen live from Dixon High School, and we're covering the Bear River-Dixon game at the end of the first quarter. It's no score. Bear River is currently on a time of about 50 yards. They're down to the 30-yard line of Dixon, and that's the status here from Dixon High School. Bear River and Dixon, no score.
Well, and that's Marty Mortensen reporting live. Where's Marty tonight? I mean, what's he doing in Dixon, Paul?
He loves Bear River
He
football.
is such an elusive guy. You can never tell where that guy will show up. And on the first down play, there was a penalty against the Bulldogs for holding. So that should take them back inside the 20. So a good break here in the first play of this possession for Nevada Union. And the ball goes back to the 16. And so that'll make it first down.
Let's see if the Bulldogs go back to that pass play. Very effective in their first drive.
Well, it seems like the Miners kind of stepped it up a little bit in plugging some of those holes. And here he comes this side, but a number of Miner tacklers are there.
Not much going on there. They're trying that left side and just not finding any room.
On the carry for the Bulldogs.
That was Markel Williams.
And Williams even having a little bit of trouble tonight after that first possession. That's a gain of about 3 on the play. And it'll bring up second down and about 18. Back to pass. Throws long over the middle. And it's intercepted. Stanford cuts down the right side. Taken out of bounds. Nevada Union ball. Cole Stanford on the interception. Stepped right in front of the receiver and took it down the sideline to about the 24-yard line. Paul, big break.
And we're seeing why Cole Stanford is the defensive player of the year and such an asset
Watch
to
him
this Miner
step
team.
right in
Watch
front
this.
here.
He just waits and reads the quarterback's eyes and catches the ball, thumbs together. Now he's looking for nothing but yardage, and Cole Stanford finds a way to get down the sideline, picking up some extra yardage before he's forced out of bounds.
So here we go, back to live action, and a flag is thrown. I guess a Nevada Union player probably moved.
One more time, let's take a look at Cole Stanford. What an asset this guy's been. And he, like I said, he reads that quarterback and comes right across to pick that ball off. The ball was thrown in traffic. Tried to be forced in there. If you're going to throw that pass, it's got to be pinpoint right on the money, and that's...
And there's Stanford right there, number 6.
Cole.
Good student, great guy. Back to pass, and now he's going to run,
Fumble.
but he fumbles it, and this time it is Vacaville who comes up with it. So Cody Golden with the recovery. Brogan Jantz tried to make some yardage out of it, but didn't quite put that ball away, and he lost it.
I think that ball was slapped out of his hands, but Golden coming up.
And there
with
is
the play.
Golden. Well, there's number 55 right there, Cody Golden with the recovery. So Vacaville takes the ball right back on the turnover by Nevada Union. Handoff, right side, a little bit of yardage, but is hit by a bunch of Miners, and Markel Williams is down. Let's look at this fumble here.
3-yard gain on the play, number 22, Markel Williams.
So as it takes off, there's Jansen.
Yeah, he just kind of dropped it looked like, Paul.
He did. He was being tackled, but the ball did just pop out. He didn't put it away like he should have.
1:50 to go, first quarter, 2nd down and 6. There's that handoff, right side, good yardage. Miners take him out of bounds on the far side of the field.
Markel Williams.
Williams again, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3. So, Paul, at least an opportunity for Nevada Union here. Can they hold the Bulldogs in this situation? Handoff, finds the hole, 1st down yardage for the Bulldogs. Past midfield to about the 48 of Nevada Union. Robert Bensine on the carry.
And we've just answered that question. They insist on playing power football. They know what their strength is here, Jim, and they're going to go inside those tackles. They feel very confident that they can move those defensive linemen.
So a 1st and 10. Back to pass. Throws the screen. Intercepted. Might have some daylight, but is tripped up by number 22, Markel Williams. And Henry Harrison shows his all-league status with an interception there. And, Paul, that was another good intuitive read by Harrison.
It was also another bad pass by Ross Peacock. Let's watch the play here. Now, he throws this into traffic. He's rushed and throws a bad ball.
Look at how high Harrison goes up to get it. Great job by Henry Harrison. But here we go, live action, 1st down. Cameron Ryan, stutter step, gets some yardage, carrying tacklers with him.
And that's all Cameron Ryan, just driving those legs, getting that extra 2 yards after being hit.
Picks up 5. That'll be a 2nd down and 5. 41 seconds to go in the first quarter.
So, Jim, we're seeing the turnovers becoming a factor here, but neither team can capitalize on their turnovers.
See what the Miners do here. Could be the last play of the first quarter. Back to pass. Good pass rush. Throws long for Ryan, but overthrows him. And he had him there too, Paul.
It was a poor pass by Jantz. Either that or he was throwing it away. There was some traffic down there, Jim.
On the coverage, number 22, Williams.
And I wonder whether Ryan ran the right pattern in that situation or not. So a big 3rd down for Nevada Union. 3rd and 6. 3rd and about 5. And let's see what Brogan Jantz goes with here. Moves Cameron Ryan over to the right-hand side. The ball is snapped, and there's going to be a penalty against Nevada Union, but it's really probably not going to matter much because that'll bring up 4th down.
I don't think they were set. I think there's going to be a penalty on Nevada Union. They snapped the ball, and the center, number 66, that's Amusey.
And they are calling illegal motion.
Yeah, it was. They didn't set themselves. There was a miscommunication on that snap count.
And that,
here it is. So before everybody's set, watch, Jans hasn't really even decided he wants the ball yet, and there it is. Look what I found. Now he's got to create something. And there's really nothing there.
tries to get around that right side, but just wasn't going to happen on that play.
So we've got fourth down.
And here, this is interesting. Look at the referee has called Dave Humphers out onto the field, pointing to the Nevada Union huddle.
Now I'm wondering if there's a clarification on the spot of the ball, Jim, or they're also talking to Jans.
And it looks like the Miners are going to punt. See what happens here. Brogan Jans deep, but Cameron Ryan right there in the middle. There's the snap. Gets a nice punt away. Looks like it will go into the end zone. But maybe it goes down right in the corner. Looks like they will mark it at about the 1
yard line. What a punt. And what a bounce after the punt. Very good bounce. It basically hit the ground, Jim, and then directly went to the right, going out of bounds at the 1. So that's a break for NU.
And with 7 seconds to go in the first quarter, Vacaville starts out on their 2. Back to pass. Throws. Oh, and the defender falls down and it's incomplete.
Boy, that ball hit him right in the numbers. That was number 83.
How did Martin miss that one?
I thought he had it in his hands and just sat down, but apparently it hit his pads and bounced out. Certainly was wide open.
Oh, this will be the last play of the first quarter. The field seems like it's a little bit wet in that got a lot of players falling down. Handoff right side, not much there. And there is the gun to end the first quarter.
And I'll tell you, we got playoff football going on here. What a first quarter we've seen.
So about a 2-yard gain on that play, and for Nevada Union, the need for a big defensive stand on what will be a 3rd down and 8. They'll take it down to the other side of the field. But, Paul, let's talk about this first quarter a little bit.
So we've seen both teams turn the ball over. I guess NU has gotten 2 interceptions.
Yes.
And
one
the Bulldogs
fumble.
have gotten 1 fumble.
Correct.
So neither team can capitalize. I would have to say that the score, it shows the best team. So far, Nevada Union has shown that they can move the ball on the Bulldogs. But the Bulldogs also have shown that they can play, punch mouth football and move the ball down the field. So it's anybody's ball game, Jim.
And there you see Brad Delbon with his defense on a big 3rd down play, very deep in Miner territory, placed at about the 4. This possession began at the 2 on a Brogan Jans punt that went out of bounds, and so we now have 3rd down. First play was an incomplete pass, 3rd down and about 8, and if the Miners can hold here, then hypothetically they should get pretty good field position, Paul.
You would think. In fact, this 3rd down play is a big play. If they can hold here, they should be able to get the punt. Be somewhere on the 40-yard line.
So here it comes, big 3rd down play. Peacock back to pass, throws
Wide
over
open.
the middle, complete. Rumbling to about the 33-yard line. Number 40 on that play, Nate Berriman.
And Berriman, the size of this guy, did you see that guy? He is a big boy. Berriman, a senior, wide open over the middle, took NU completely off guard. Here's the replay. Look at this. And Berriman, he just releases from his tight end position, Jim, and is wide open in the middle and then gets good yardage.
So back to live action here. Vacaville ran their first play, picked up about 3 yards. Will bring up a 2nd down and 7. And this offense has given the Miners defense really mostly everything they can handle. Beasley hits the left side. 1st down yardage. Almost a midfield at about the 46-yard line.
And all of a sudden we're seeing energy, the momentum after that pass by Bensing has really changed here. NU has got to bow their back a bit, Jim, here.
Definitely the defense needs to step up. Right side again, big yardage. 1st down, busts through. 1 man to beat. Finally corralled at about the 25-yard line. And that is number 34, Jimmy Hines. We certainly won't call him little Jimmy Hines.
No, we're seeing why he averaged about 110 yards a game. Hines has some moves in the open field, juking left and then right, finding holes and taking two defenders to bring him down. So, Jim, it was, 3 plays ago, they were down in their own end zone.
3rd down and 8 at the 4-yard line.
And we were talking about good field position for NU, and now all of a sudden they're threatening to score here on their own 26-yard line.
Nevada Union will have to step it up.
Across from the Fowler section. Stop in and grab a mic and watch the game.
Rolls right. Fakes the pass, now throws but incomplete.
I like the looks of that. Ross Peacock that time looked into traffic and pulled the ball back down and then went to his secondary receiver.
Well, with that said, we haven't seen a lot as far as the passing game is concerned. A couple of big gainers, but the running game is mainly what they rely upon. And there it is. On the left side is Jimmy Hines again. Hines maybe gets 2 yards. And so, Paul, here we are, faced with another big 3rd down play.
And let's see if they go back to their tight end again. That look-in pass over the middle was wide open last time.
Hines goes out to the left-hand side. 2-back offense. Miners are in there, and a big sack! In for the Miners, Jordan Mossbarger.
Mossbarger bowling his way right up the middle. Nobody seemed to touch him. There was a blitz on, and Mossbarger was in the backfield before anybody could see it.
And let's take a look at Mossbarger.
Watch him come right up the middle. Here's Mossbarger.
Doesn't even get a chance to hand the ball off.
No. Big play by NU.
I talked to Mossbarger before the game tonight, and he said, this is my senior year. We need to go a long ways. He was very fired up. But here it is, 4th down. Back to pass, and sacked again by the defense. And the Miners will take over. And is leading the charge for Nevada Union, Kenan Morris.
Morris gets credit for that sack, but it was also a defensive backfield. There was no place to throw that football. He wanted to take a 2-step drop and fire the ball out, and there was no place to throw it.
So, Paul, Nevada Union forces the turnover on downs, and now they've got to make something of this. So let's see what Brogan Jans can pull out of his bag of tricks. Ryan, again that sweep on that side. Turns the corner. 1st down the sidelines to about the 47 of Nevada Union.
And boy, Ryan showed he's got deceptive speed. He has 2 different gears, Jim. He'll go along the line at 1 gear, and then as soon as he turns those shoulders upfield, he's got another gear he can just move right into.
And I don't care what you say, that Cameron Ryan is a horse. Well, and I guess he stepped out of bounds at the 39, so it's going to be 2nd down and 1. Hoskins needs a block, gets it, breaks inside, big carry, left sideline, inside, Bulldog territory, down to the 34-yard line.
And you got
Jared Ralph on the carry, and a big gain for Nevada Union.
And if it isn't Ryan, it's Hoskins. First right, then left. Here, let's watch it again. You're right, he gets a great block, breaks him open, and then punishing the defenders as he gets tackled.
And Sean Kashevsky, the chef of the sidelines, on that particular sequence for us. And Brogan Jans wants a timeout with 9:09 to play. Wanted to get it straight, and I guess that's probably a good thing, Paul, because here the Miners are moving the ball.
And with 9 minutes and 9 seconds left in the second quarter here, Jim, first we're going to see the replay one more time. And you can see this is Hoskins going around the left side, and watch the block here. He gets the block, like you said on your call, opening up the field.
Hoskins threw the block while Ralph carried the ball.
And what a great 1-2-3 punch. They've got so many good backs that they can go to. They don't have to rely entirely on Cameron to do the running for them.
Oh, Cameron Ryan does a good job there. There's Dave Humphers right in the offensive huddle.
Coach Humphers knows that this is a big series right here. They get 2 touchdowns up, and it'll be a big momentum swing for NU.
Certainly will. So 1st and 10 at about the 35-yard line. Ryan in motion. Looked like a double reverse. Ryan kept the ball. Oh, my gosh.
He's going
big
to the hole.
Sideline. 10-5. Touchdown, Miners. Too many Bulldogs bit on that reverse.
And Cameron Ryan,
Number 7, Cameron Ryan,
just went right up, virtually untouched. He coasted into the end zone, Jim. There he is. Offensive Player of the Year, NU Miner, Cameron Ryan.
And so Connor Maloney in for the extra point. Spotted, kicked, and good. We have got exactly 9 minutes to go in the second quarter, and Nevada Union has jumped out to a 21-7 lead. So you got to think, Paul, that this next sequence for the Bulldogs is going to be huge, because if the Miners are able to take it, let's just think for a moment, to 28-7, that's going to be a deep hole to climb out of.
Absolutely. When you get in a fist fight, if you get knocked down, you got to come right back in there swinging. And the Bulldogs know that now they're looking for something to happen, of some positive nature here. They need to move the ball and prove to themselves that they can move the ball.
Well, but they moved it that last series. Their problem is that they turned it over on downs.
Yeah, they got down in the red zone and they spun their wheels. But let's talk about Cameron Ryan. You know, you were right. Too many Bulldogs bit on that reverse play. He faked that reverse and opened up the entire right side, and by the time he got to the 10-yard line, he was coasting his way in.
Well, you could see it almost when he hit the 30, Paul. Nobody was going to catch it.
All right, Miner fans.
And so here is Connor Maloney. Maloney on the season doing a great job as far as kickoffs are concerned. He's had several, Paul, where he's glanced them off of the legs of the receivers for a recovery. That could be a big play if he could pull that off now. There's the squibber. Picked up. Hits his own man. And then finally the Miners converge on Taylor Goodson.
Coach Humphers likes to go for that squib kick. He's not going to kick it back to Markel Williams, who is waiting deep for the kickoff. He much rather squib it along the ground and let one of the upbacks take it. You do sacrifice some yardage there. You're gonna give the ball up generally on the 30 to 40 yard line.
Well, good field position. for Vacaville at the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff, and a great play in the backfield for Nevada Union. Justin Noxon gets in there and makes the big play for a 2-yard loss.
And his teammates are giving him a good slap on the helmet for that when Noxon getting in the backfield. Here's a replay on that. Now watch Noxon coming out of nowhere. All of a sudden he's in the backfield. Must have been a missed assignment on the line of scrimmage, but Noxon making a big tackle.
So 2nd down, handoff up the middle, some nice yardage. Gets to about the 36-yard line. But that will bring up a 3rd down and 8.
3rd and long again for the Bulldogs. Not the recipe that the coach was brewing up. Let's see if they can convert.
So 7:52 to go. Rolls right, heavy rush. Gets an opening here. 1st down for the Bulldogs and hit out of bounds. Another nice carry by Jimmy Hines.
And another nice call, Jim. A good rollout. And then Hines released after making his block in the backfield, released to catch that ball. Very, very good play. Good deceptive play by the Bulldogs. They're moving now.
In minor territory at the 48. Hands off. Sidesteps a couple of tacklers. And Markel Williams gets only about a 1-yard gain on the play.
Number 22, Markel Williams.
Looks like Cole Stanford in there, along with a number of other players. That was Henry Harrison.
So this will make it 2nd down. Handoff up the middle. Big gain. Open ground. Stanford moving in on him and takes him out of bounds inside the 10.
Jimmy Hines showing some speed, getting past that first line of linebackers, and Jim, this guy just outran everybody. We're lucky that he got run down there at the 6 or 7 yard line.
They're going to have to find a way to meet him head on. Into the game for Nevada Unions comes Kenan Morris.
Nevada Union is up by 2 touchdowns, but they can't let their guard down.
No,
there is a reason the Bulldogs are here in the season. And these guys have weapons.
Well, and we'll get to see which ones they're going to show here inside the 10-yard line, taking a long time to get to the line of scrimmage. 1st and goal. There's the handoff to Beasley. Flag comes in on the play.
Could be a hold. We're waiting for the sign to come
Gotta
from the
be
official.
against Vacaville.
It's a hold.
That's holding.
Oh, and that's a killer. That's a killer. Nothing a coach hates to see more. They're driving. They have momentum. They're down in the red zone, and they get a hold.
So the ball comes back, and that's an interesting sequence there, Paul. In fact, take the 6 off the boards because they scored on it and move it back instead for a 1st down at about the 16-yard line. Miners need to tackle stronger. Extra yards inside the 10.
Strong running.
Several players had a shot.
And I believe that was Hines again.
So hard to see the numbers from up here.
On the carry for the Bulldogs, number 34, Jimmy Hines.
Markel Williams with the carry. That'll bring it to 2nd and goal. Looks for the pass but throws incomplete. And a big hit over on the sidelines by Cole Stanford.
And the Bulldogs once again are looking for their big tight end, Nate Berman. And Berman was out there in the flats. He just couldn't get his hands up on the ball.
And that hit from Stanford, it has stunned him. Having a hard time getting off. So Nate Berman sees Cole Stanford in his headlights and has crashed to the ground. 3rd down and goal from just outside the 10-yard line.
And that just shows you the kind of player that Stanford is. He is giving up probably 100 pounds on Berman, and he just popped him. Berman going off seeing stars right now is going to...
Well, he certainly didn't see Stanford.
He certainly didn't, but now he's probably seeing the smelling salts.
A big 3rd down play, but timeout is taken by Vacaville.
Bulldogs.
With 6:22 to go, a huge play for the Bulldogs in this situation. You know, you have to think that this is probably 2-down territory.
And you have to go back to that holding call, which was a huge play for Nevada Union. After the Bulldogs had gotten in on a score, pushed them back to the 12-yard line. Now a critical 3rd down play here for the Bulldogs. And as you mentioned before, Jim, with 6:22 left, this drive is probably the most important of the game so far for Vacaville.
Certainly is. A huge 3rd down play. Big difference between 21-7 and 21-14.
Absolutely. And also, you want to keep the ball out of the hands of Brogan Jantz. They're moving the football. The more time they can take off the clock, a nice, long, sustained drive, as they're pulling off right now, is the best thing they can possibly do.
So here come the Miners. Near side is Jimmy Hines. Justin Fike will have the responsibility of watching over him. Back to pass, over the middle. 5, touchdown Bulldogs!
Markel Williams catching the ball and getting in the end zone for the Vacaville Bulldogs. And Jim, no one saw that play coming.
Intelligent play.
Very much so.
Sent it right over the middle, but illegal motion is called against Vacaville. I didn't even see the flag on that play.
I still don't see the flag. It must be over here towards, but boy, now is that a killer.
So in this one drive, 2 touchdowns are called back.
And the best defender on the field for NU right now is the yellow flag. Let's see the replay. Maybe we can see it. I don't see it.
I think it was right over here on the right side. Gil, can you get that up for us once more? Bring it right back.
Let's see if he...
Well, let's go back to live action here. A big 3rd down play coming up. Now at about the 15. And here it is.
Here's our replay. Let's see.
Right there. See, just turned just a minute before.
Wow,
a second before.
That's pretty close, though. You got to admit, Jim, on a play as critical as that, he didn't leave but a fraction of a second too soon, perhaps.
You know, kind of interesting. Last week I went to Davis to see the game between Davis and Nevada Union, and Nevada Union couldn't buy a flag. They were flagged all night long, and you kind of had to shake your head and think, well, is this one of the adversities that you have to work your way through? Well, the same can be said tonight for the Vacaville Bulldogs. You know, this drive alone, two runs into the end zone, neither one of them count. But here's a big 3rd down play. Peacock under center. Back to pass. Here's the rush. Gets it away. Intercepted! John Wibholm, and take those 14 points off the board, Paul. And there is a turnover for Nevada Union. They're not going to even have a chance to kick a field goal.
And John Wilhelm getting his 2nd interception of the year, but frankly, Ross Peacock should never have thrown that football. He just threw it out there, and I think he was trying to throw it away, or it was a prayer, because Wilhelm just waited like a center fielder and just fielded the ball.
He may have said to himself, hey, let me try my luck here, even though it was 3rd down. Let me try my luck and see what might happen. So here's a chance for the Miners now. Can they take advantage of it? Here he comes, Jared Ralph, left side, breaks a couple of tackles. Flag comes on in. and holding is going to be called against Nevada Union. There's John Wivholm right there.
So let's watch John get his second interception of the season. And watch, Peacock is rushed right there. He should never let that ball go. He just throws it up for grabs. He throws himself a dead quail. John going back, and only one there that could conceivably even catch it. He may have been trying to throw that ball away. There's John, the senior. We've seen so many. There he is. John, great athlete for NU, basketball and football. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the basketball court.
Cameron Ryan with the carry here. Gets back to about the 18-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 12. Mark it at the 17, so 2nd and 13. 5:40 to go in a first half that the Miners have seen themselves take to a 21-7 lead. What will Jantz do in this situation? Has Cameron Ryan as a wide receiver. Here's the pitch. Beer Temple to throw. Way out in front. Caught by the Miners. Cole Stanford with the reception on the pass by Beer Temple.
And just when you think you've seen it all, Beer Temple in the backfield squares his shoulders, looks downfield, and finds Stanford. Now, that's the first time I've seen that play this year, Jim.
Well, you'd have to think that that was one that had been brought out of the closet for tonight's game. Now at the 43, 1st and 10. Shotgun formation, man in motion, 2 men in motion, flags fly, throws, fortunately incomplete.
Almost intercepted by number 44, Troy Ross Hill. And here we'll see a replay.
There's Beer Temple, Chris Beer Temple, throwing it over the middle. Needed to get it a little bit farther out there, Paul.
Absolutely. In fact, you saw him throw off of his back foot, barely able to get as far as he did. But it was complete nonetheless.
Illegal motion, false start against Nevada Union. We'll make it a 1st and 15, exactly 5 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter.
And so now the Bulldogs taking benefit from a couple of penalties. First a holding call, and now offsides. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Well, I think they declined the penalty, didn't they?
It appears that they did.
Let's take a look, see if we get a call from the referee. So Brogan Jantz over here only loses a down. And timeout is going to be called by Vacaville.
Timeout on the field, Bulldogs.
And let's get an update on the Bear River game from our good friend Marty Martinson. Marty, take it away. Marty is a man of few words. Where's Marty, Paul?
He's out there. Marty, are you there?
Since when has he been so quiet? Yo, you tell Marty that he only gets one shot at this.
On the ensuing kickoff, it was run back for 80 yards by the Rams.
I'm sorry.
And
well, we got a
well,
punt.
yeah. We know that the Rams scored a touchdown.
We lost the call.
Marty, you're out there someplace.
And there he went. Back to the action.
So if we can interpret that, it sounds like Bear River scored and then the Rams came back to score again. We'll have to find out more. We'll get Marty to call Gil Dominguez.
Well, let's try to see if we can get a satellite uplink that'll allow Marty to get right on the show here. So Humphers returns to the sidelines, and the Miners have a 2nd down and 10. Jantz has a man in motion, and there is a flag again. That also will be for motion. So you would think that they would also decline this penalty and make it a 3rd down and long.
And you know, Jim, a motion penalty this late in the season, you just don't expect to see the team that's already played 10 games have a problem with motion in the backfield.
Well, especially 2 in a row.
$200. Make sure you get in on the route. We'll purchase some tickets.
They will march off 5
they're gonna
yards.
Okay, so they'll take that one back. They'll be able to stay at 2nd down. The Miners need to unravel this and get it figured out. 2 illegal motion plays in a row. Inside 5 minutes. 2nd and 15 now for Nevada Union. Man in motion, but Jans is back. Now he's going to have to scramble. Now he's going to have to cut back the other way. Oh, and a great block. Throws it down the field. Incomplete. Holy mackerel. Connor Clower absolutely decimated one of the Bulldogs.
In the backfield, protecting his quarterback as he was roaming around the backfield. Jans looking for somebody downfield. I think if he had set himself and thrown that ball, he had a receiver. I believe it was Stanford. But it ends up to be nothing but a long 2nd down play.
So 3rd down and 15. Jantz brings the play in. Stanford comes near side. In motion is Ralph. Another penalty against the Miners. That one will be declined and will bring up 4th down.
So the Miners stalling here, Jim. In fact, the game is somewhat stalled here. Both teams seem to be trying to find their sea legs once again.
And you look at this for a minute, Paul. In this series for Nevada Union, in fact, in this 1st and 10, 3 motion penalties.
Penalties declined, 4th down.
And so that penalty will be declined, and Nevada Union will bring in the kicking team.
And that really opens up an opportunity here for the Bulldogs. As you were saying earlier, going in at halftime 21-7 as opposed to 14-21.
Well, and they're going to have a shot at it now.
They really are. Plenty of time on the clock.
Jans to punt. And a low line driver. Opportunity for a return. And finally taken down, and there is a flag that most likely will be against the Bulldogs. Probably will cause them to start this series at about the 20-yard line. In fact, inside the 20, probably at about the 18.
Let's see what they have. Now, they may say it was a blocking in the back. There was an official right on the play. I saw the block. I didn't think it was a foul. Let's see what they call.
And an illegal block in the back, or holding, looks like it was holding, and that takes the ball back to the 19. So a little ways to go for the Bulldogs, but an especially important series. Nevada Union will get the ball to start the 2nd half. First and 10, up the middle. Really not much of a gain at all.
Certainly not trying anything fancy here. Late in the game, going back to the original game plan up the middle.
34,
Jimmy Hines on that carry. And Jimmy couldn't quite get beyond the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 9. And now a big gain on the right side. And taken down. The ball is fumbled.
I think they're going to say he was down.
And Jimmy Hines again on that carry. And Jimmy hurt himself on that. I think that tackle hurt him. Look at Hines.
He is limping. And limping badly. Let's see if he's going to try to shake it off. But Hines had beat both the linebackers and had some room, but he ran out of gas there, Jim. Did you notice that?
Oh, look at Hines in this situation. Can barely make it off the field. That looks like an ankle injury of some type. So we'll see what happens here. But a 1st and 10 with 3:44 to play. Looks like he's changing the call at the line of scrimmage. Peacock back, looks, throws long. Man out in front, incomplete.
Number 83, Kyler Martin, out there, but just unable to get a good delivery on the football. He had beaten Cole Stanford, but the ball does fall incomplete. I'm still looking over on the sidelines, Jim, to see what they're doing with Hines. Once he hit the sideline, they carried him to the bench.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see when he leaves at halftime what kind of condition he's in. But a 2nd and 10. Peacock, handoff, left side, short gain, about 3 yards. And that will bring up a big 3rd down and 7.
Hines, of course, being the 1,100-yard rusher, the most potent weapon for the Bulldogs this season on the ground.
And there you saw Markel Williams. So a big 3rd down. Vacaville has been excellent at converting these. Back to pass, heavy rush, throws incomplete.
And there's going to be a roughing the passer.
Late hit called against Nevada Union. That will be Eric Niederberger.
Personal foul.
Personal foul. That'll be 15 yards and 1st down, Jim. That's a huge play.
And a game in which each team is giving the other some really good breaks.
So they'll march that off.
And that goes deep into Miners territory.
Wow.
Takes it to about the 34-yard line. And with 2:52 to go until halftime, plenty of time for the Bulldogs.
Ball's going to be spotted on the 34-yard line. 1st down for the Bulldogs.
And Coach Humphers is seething on the sideline. He has got his hands crossed, and he is really upset.
And whistle before the play starts. This should go against the Bulldogs. Oh, offsides against Nevada Union.
So with no more time being taken off the clock, another 5 yards is marched off. Now they're on the 29-yard line, Jim. Boy, Nevada Union is really giving the Bulldogs an opportunity here right before half.
So 1st and 5 now. Handoff to Jeff Beasley. Beasley hits that right side, gets a 1st down.
Beasley
to about the 20.
Great run around the left side, Jim, but fails to get out of bounds. He should have tried to get out of bounds. The clock still runs.
Well, now it will. They'll hold it until the ball is spotted, and now it begins. But still plenty of time for these Bulldogs, and I believe the Miners may be called again for offsides. Chad Knight coming in for the Miners, and let's see what we've got. Again, offsides by Nevada Union.
Penalties against NU offside.
Wow, and this is a defensive stand that the Miners are really blundering. Back to pass, throws for the end zone. Wivholm with an interception. John Wivholm gets his 2nd interception of the evening.
And another bad pass by Peacock, throwing it into the end zone. Not only did he miss his receiver, he threw it right at Wivholm.
You know, Paul, this is a bit of a strange game.
It really is. And, I have to also question that call. They have 1st down and 5. They're in the red zone. They have been driving the ball nicely. They've been running the ball left and right around the ends. They've been picking up yardage, and they throw that pass play that they've already had intercepted once in this game.
Everything going their way, and then a pass with good coverage by Wivholm. And not much yardage. In fact, a fumble on the play. But Nevada Union keeps the ball.
Miners recover.
Here's a replay, and watch John Wilfholm. He's going to field this ball, and you want to give credit to John. He did a good job of fielding this ball.
Look at the position he has.
Yeah, the ball's so badly underthrown. Really no chance for the receiver to really make a play on it.
So 2nd and 12 for the Miners. Inside 2 minutes. Miners leading 21-7. A bit of a sloppy first half. Cameron Ryan wants to hit that right side again, and he gets a first down. Well, maybe they're not going to give them a first down. Sure looked like it was one to me.
Sloppy is the word, though, Jim. I was thinking the exact same thing. We've seen a number of turnovers. The first quarter, we thought we were going to see a shootout, but, you know, it's been the yellow laundry that's been thrown a number of times on both teams that it really has been the story here in this second quarter.
First and 10. See what Brogan Jantz has. Goes back to pass. Throws long and incomplete.
Good defensive play. Troy Ross Hill out there to slap the ball away, keeping it away from Cameron Ryan.
On lead, that's number 44, Troy Ross Hill.
So that makes it a 2nd and 10. Now exactly 1 minute to go. What do the Miners have to pull out of their hats here in the waning moments of the first half?
Or are they going to be content maybe just to hand the ball off into the interior line? Let's see if they try for something a little more aggressive.
Back to pass. Throws. Almost intercepted. Cole Stanford was the intended receiver, but a real nice effort by Markel Williams. And also Troy Ross Hill. So that'll bring up a 3rd and long.
Now, are you surprised that Coach Humphers is trying a pass like that with so little time left on the clock?
No, because they've done well at that all season. However, Vacaville is doing a good job defensively. And that ball carried by Drew Hoskins gets very little yardage, and Vacaville calls timeout.
They're going to get the football back now with just less than a minute on the clock. I would be willing to bet they're going to set up some kind of a return.
Well, they should get decent field position.
Well, if I was NU right now, I would be punting away from their back receiver. That will be Markel Williams will be back to receive the punt, and you know there's going to be a play on. With this little time left, Coach Humphers talking to his team. There they are down the field.
And Nevada Union comes Brogan Jantz, also the punter for the Miners. And on a 4th down and 12, Cameron Ryan, the up man. Williams deep for Vacaville, and a booming kick falls in front of Williams. And the ball's at the 32-yard line with 38 seconds remaining. So I guess, Paul, now it begs the question, do they try to do something here?
Or do they take a knee here and go in at halftime and regroup? You know, the play was on, Jim. They were going for the block, but NU held out the interior line of the Bulldogs to keep any effort for blocking that punt in check. So let's see what we find here with the offense for Vacaville. 38 seconds left on the clock.
So here we go. 1st and 10, up the middle, big carry. And the carry again by Jimmy Hines. So Hines back in the game.
9-yard gain on the play.
2nd and 1, 28 seconds to go. Clock continues to run. And now the left side knocked out of bounds, so the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
Picking up first down for the Bulldogs, number 1, Jeff Beasley.
Interesting half of football, Jim.
Oh my gosh.
Half of football.
Not, Paul, not really what I expected. Both teams have seemed to want to benefit the other just about the time that it looks like Vacaville's going to do something. They turn the ball over, and Nevada Union, who moved the ball great in their 3 sequences that allowed them, 3 possessions that allowed them to go for touchdowns, really having a hard time executing. So 1st and 10, handoff to Hines again, I believe, and I think that should be it.
If they're going to try a play like that, I'm surprised they didn't just take a knee. That's not a play you're going to score with.
Last play, and he spikes the ball with 2 seconds to play. So one more play for Vacaville.
You also remember, too, Jim, that twice the Bulldogs were in the end zone and penalties drove them back. They were in the red zone on 3 different occasions and threw interceptions into the corner. They've had opportunities here. And
and this is going to be their last one of the first half. So we'll have to see how it pans out. And it's a handoff, a nice run, but the Miners converge, and that will end the first half. And the gun has sounded.
21-7.
And so we'll see if we can get it. Be very interesting if Gill can get Dave Humphers. It'll be very interesting to see what his comments are. Miners leading at half, 21-7. Good in one respect in that they have a 2-touchdown lead. But in another respect, I don't think quite the half that we expected from Nevada Union. And Vacaville has been very benevolent tonight. We'll call it 3 or 4 turnovers.
Absolutely.
John Wivholm with 2 interceptions, 2 timely interceptions, both in the end zone.
And then, of course, a fumble, and then the penalties that played such a big part of this game.
And so
we're looking down the field to see if Gill can catch Coach Humphers, who is out in the middle of the field, I might mention, talking to the officials.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's probably asking about these motion penalties, I would think.
I'm down here, guys, and actually the field is kind of wet. There's a lot of dew in the air tonight. Moisture level really getting on all the equipment that we have out here and all the cables.
Gil, do you think you're going to go in the second half?
No.
But
here comes Dave right now.
Dave Humphers slowly walking over towards Gil Dominguez.
And we'll be able to get a couple of words from him here as playoff football returns to NU. Dave, playoff football returns to Hooper Stadium. That's got to be pretty exciting.
Oh, it's an exciting first half. Our defenses, John Wivholm, have come up big. And, Vacaville's a good team. But, we're a little frustrated with, with some of the penalties and getting our kids to relax. They're just trying too hard. And, But we've had some real good play, and we just need to get a few things squared away for the second half and, take care of business here.
Now, a lot of these boys have never been in a playoff situation. Because we missed the playoffs the last couple of years. They didn't have that playoff experience. Got it like a whole new group of kids.
Gil, we need to make some adjustments here at halftime. We offensively, a couple times we've gone right down the field, but we seem to be shooting ourselves in the foot with some penalties, and so we need to get a few things squared away.
All right. Good luck, Dave. Dave Humphers there. I certainly didn't mean to say anything other than the fact that without the playoff experience, it's a new game for the boys. So Dave's going back in there, though. He'll make those adjustments, and part of that was talking to the officials, which we were talking to, saw Dave prior to the interview. So let's go ahead and get ready for the halftime. We'll be talking with Mike Bratton coming up a little bit later about the turkey trot. Let's throw it back to you guys, and we'll join you then later.
Thank you, Gil. And as we see the cheerleaders coming off the field for NU, and the good crowd that has come in here from Vacaville to support their Bulldog team. Very interesting football game thus far. As Jim and I have mentioned, both teams offering opportunities to the other, both in the way of turnovers and in the way of penalties. And at this time, we'd like to tell you that this game is underwritten tonight by Hanson Brothers Enterprises. Hanson Brothers Koufax is ready to help you beautify your outdoor world. At Hanson Brothers Koufax, you'll have a great selection of landscape and masonry products, retaining walls and stepping stones. And now just in at Hanson Brothers Koufax is HBE Rentals. HBE is a full-service rental facility just like the one in Grass Valley. That's Hanson Brothers in Koufax, and now it has everything for outdoor landscaping, and combined with the HBE Rentals, they're proud to be a part of the Koufax community and Hanson Brothers Enterprises. And by Hills Flat Lumber Company. Hills Flat's been your local home center since 1921. And just in time for the holidays, in at Hills Flat is the Big Book of Christmas Wishes. Inside you'll find Santa gifts for everyone on your list. Boys love their toys, and big boys are no different. For the big boy in your home, there's the power tools from Makita and the workshop from Craig. Or, to light your way, Hills Flat carries a selection of flashlights from Meglight. It's all in the Big Book of Christmas Wishes, and they're all due to come in December 31st. So only at Hills Flat Lumber, where the Pardini family wish you the best Christmas ever. And by Mike Bratton, State Farm Insurance and Financial Services. Mike Bratton knows a winning team when he sees one, and that's why he supports the Nevada Union Miners. Mike and Robin also remind you to come join them as they honor the memory of their son Michael at the 3rd annual Turkey Trot 5 and 10K run. That's Thursday, November 27th at Hooper Stadium. Registration begins at 7:30 and the racing begins at 8:30. The MEB2 Foundation supports local youth activities and suicide depression awareness. So come on out and join the friends of Michael and the Bratton family Thanksgiving morning, November 27th, for the 3rd annual Turkey Trot 5 and 10K run. And by Soft Answers. Dallas Wivholm is your local computer specialist in the computer software management, design, and consultation area. That's why Dallas and Soft Answers are the best friends you and your computer system have ever had. Dallas is the one to call for all those hard-to-solve computer problems, and when you design your own systems, well, Dallas is the one to call as well. So make your computer and your computer system your friend again with the help of Dallas Wivholm and Soft Answers, a proud supporter of his son John and Nevada Union Sports. And by the Beam Easy Living Center. Get a jump on Christmas with the holidays throughout the store event at the Beam Easy Living Center. It all begins on Monday, November 21st, and lasts through Saturday, the 29th. At the Beam Center, you'll find the area's largest showroom of high-def TVs and components, and your headquarters for big-screen TVs and electronics in Grass Valley. They are also the home for the Beam Central Vac system and many electronic security systems and air filtration systems for your home. It's the holidays throughout the store event at the Beam Easy Living Center, Monday through the 24th through Saturday the 29th. That's the Beam Easy Living Center. And by Touchdown Productions, celebrating their 12th season of local sports television, this is Paul Brown, along with Jim Adams, saying thanks for tuning in tonight, and be sure to join Ed Martin and Jim the next time as we present the Division I Volleyball Championship game featuring the Laney Miners versus the Napa Indians. And so let's throw it back on down to Gil on the sidelines. Gil?
Thanks a lot, guys. With Mike Bratton. And, of course, just like we have the last couple of weeks, we're talking about Turkey Trot coming up here. This is Turkey Trot Week.
It is Turkey Trot Week. We're working hard on all the preparation, and not only is it Turkey Trot, but it's Turkey Day.
Turkey Day, Turkey Trot. The online going. I know that we were pumping with you.
Well, online registrations are still good. I think we're between 500 and 600 people right now, and we're ahead of last year, so that's a good thing.
It is, and it's going to be a fun day for everybody here at Hooper Stadium in honor, of course, of Michael Bratton. And what other festivities? How do you see it unfolding right now?
Well, to start bright and early for us, we'll be here by 6 o'clock and be setting up and getting ready for the people to come for the run. And registration starts at 7:30. The race is going to kick off at 8:30. We're going to have a kids run right before that, and then the run walk. It's a 10K, 5K run walk. We have families, we have kids in strollers, we have little kids running, and those that are older like you and I, and even older that are running as well. And it's just a great morning. It's almost a reunion. We have a lot of the football players that come back that have played here at NU, and their families come out, and so it becomes kind of one of those big almost reunions for the Nevada Union kids, and as well as the community, because we have such support. What a great community. They come out and do something like this and know that the funds are going back into the community, and it just kind of makes the day.
Well, and that's true. The funds are going back to a couple of good programs.
Yes, they are. 50% are going to A New Day, which is a nonprofit Christian counseling center that helps people at no charge that are having troubles with things that are happening in their lives. And we're working with a lot of people. We actually have a waiting list right now, and so it's definitely in need of help, funds. We're also looking for lay counselors that are interested in going through the training program as well. So, and then the funds go back into the community as far as the football program, the track program, or the cross-country program here at NU. A couple of the churches, the youth programs get funds from it, as well as Nevada City Little League, the Friendship Club, and I know I'm missing some, but
that's a lot of different groups.
It's a lot of groups, and it's about a $30,000 benefit to the community, because every dime that is brought in through the sponsors and, of course, through the participants goes back into the community, every dime.
And it just highlights, Mike, how much need there is in our community.
Well, there are so many needs, but there are so many great people that are supporting the needs, and I've talked to so many people that have moved here from other areas, and no one has ever said they've seen a community like the Nevada County community participate in helping in so many different programs, and that we do.
Now, once again, the who, what, when, why, or why. It's annual Turkey Trot right here at Hooper Stadium, a place that Michael spent a lot of time at.
Yes, my son was played football here, coached here, was passionate about what he had done, with the football program in the school, and was loved. Went on to become a real estate broker, and unfortunately made a mistake and did something that is not okay. He took his life. And, of course, there's not a day that goes by that we're not hurting over it. but it's not something that is no one should ever do that. It's just not the right thing to do, because there's help, and that's what we're trying to focus on now is the message that suicide is not something that's right, that's not something that it's good, and there's help out there, and so we're trying to move forward and out of something that's devastating, maybe help other people that are hurting or have depression and don't realize it, and so it's an educational process as well.
And hopefully save somebody else's life.
Absolutely.
Mike, thanks for joining us here. Good luck on the Turkey Trot. I know it's going to be a huge success, and we're going to have some of our camera guys out here, so we'll be able to get some video of it and show it to you all at home a little bit later, and I look forward to next year's event as well.
Much productions and all you guys are doing. We'll see you Thanksgiving morning at the Turkey Trot.
Thanks, Mike. Guys, back to you.
Well, Paul, that's kind of a tough act to follow. Mike Bratton, a total class act, a pillar of the community.
Out there doing the hard work and bringing suicide awareness to the community, which is how do you follow that?
I don't know. If you take a look at it for a moment, Michael Bratton was a real valuable person to our community, and yet on a cold, snowy night, he did take his life, and like Mike just said a moment ago, that's just not okay. But here are things to really honor him. So, we'd like to remind you that this special edition of Nevada Union Minor Football is being underwritten by
Seaford Physical Therapy. John Seaford has over 20 years of experience with the human body. As a clinical expert in manual therapy, John knows how to help your body repair itself and is dedicated to making you whole again. Whether you require rehabilitation after an accident or surgery, or have suffered a sports injury, the staff at Seaford Physical Therapy is there to serve you and ready to make you well. They accept most insurance plans and are conveniently located near the Nevada County Fairgrounds. That's Seaford Physical Therapy, proud to donate their time as the physical trainers for Bear River Bruin football program.
Chan Moon and Kirschbaum OD. Chan Moon and Kirschbaum have specialized in family vision care for over 27 years. You can trust Chan Moon and Kirschbaum to offer thorough eye exams for your entire family. If another year has gone by since your last eye exam, it's time to get your vision checked and your prescription updated. And Chan Moon and Kirschbaum offer a wide selection of frames and lenses, as well as special contracts for astigmatisms. Just another example of how Jerry, Lisa, and Stephanie are looking after the health of your most precious gift, the gift of sight, at Chan Moon and Kirschbaum.
And by our good friends at Extremely Green. Christine and Mike Hoxie have created the first all-green, earth-friendly gifts and goods store. They're located in the big A-frame house on Main Street next to Betty's Toy Box. Extremely Green carries an array of solar gadgets and earth-friendly gifts like solar chargers for your cell phone and iPod, as well as solar flashlights. Extremely Green is also a retail and wholesale distributor for quality, environmentally responsible commercial and home use products. Their website is full of earth-friendly everyday products so we can all be good stewards of our Mother Earth. It's all at the Big A-Frame on East Main Street, the home of Extremely Green, specializing in products for earth-friendly living.
Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. Top This is the only truck accessory store in the foothills and leads the way with innovative technology. Chuck Cavros knows that your truck looks better with accessories from Top This, and that's why Top This has a showroom full of displays featuring thousands of accessories from weather guard, DZ, and racket truck racks, along with a great selection of boxes and ski racks. So give your truck some attitude and make it an extension of your personality at Top This Truck and Auto Accessory, your truck's favorite store.
And Pioneer Motors. The pioneering spirit lives on at Pioneer Motors, voted Nevada County's best for the past 7 years. It's an award they take very seriously. And at Pioneer Motors, each and every car is Carfax certified with a complete 126-point safety inspection. and then detailed before it is placed on the lot for you to inspect. Their selection includes both cars and trucks at their Grass Valley location, and their customer service is well noted for. So it's Pioneer Motors. They're there for you every day.
And by Touchdown Productions, celebrating our 12th season of local sports television. Jim Adams with you tonight, the voice of the Nevada Union Miners, along with my pal Paul Brown, saying thanks for joining us tonight, and be sure to join us every week as we present the best in local sports television in the foothills. Our Touchdown Production DVDs also make a great holiday gift for your extended family and friends. We have every game we have ever recorded since 1997, so you are sure to find a memory you want to relive. Happy Thanksgiving from all of us at Touchdown Productions. So, Paul, interesting to hear Dave Humphers talk. He, in a variety of ways, he couldn't have been totally happy with that first half. The team at times stuttered and stammered a little bit. The penalties killed them. I mean, if it weren't for some timely interceptions by John Wivholm, this game could have been way different than 21-7.
I think the most interesting thing he said to Gil Dominguez on the sideline was that he was trying to get his kids to just relax. This is a playoff game, Jim, and it is the first playoff game that they have experienced in a couple of seasons. None of these players have had any playoff experience. And
Good
so
point.
It's easy for them to find some success, and then for them to stutter like this. I think that is a very wise observation by Coach Humphers. And what do you think he's talking to his players about at halftime? I'm going to think he's talking about fundamentals. I'm thinking he's talking about why have we jumped off sides 3 times already here in the second quarter. This is our 11th football game. And he's probably also talking about we have the lead. Let's just hold on to it. Let's do what we do best. Let's drive the football and use our weapons well, and we'll get past this game.
Well, here's the interesting part. Even with some of the errors that were made in that first half, the fact of the matter is that the Miners are up by 14 points. Now, I will tell you, I think they're fortunate to be up by 14 points right now. I agree. I think it should be much closer than it is. Bless John Wivholm with those interceptions that really saved touchdowns on 2 red zone drives.
Absolutely.
And then when the Miners get the ball, 1 possession, 3 illegal motion penalties. And so it kills them.
Remember also that twice the Bulldogs scored, and they were pushed back by penalties on their own behalf and failed. That's what set up those Wivholm interceptions. You're so right, Jim. This could be a completely different ball game as far as score-wise concerned. And because they are up 14 points, they're ahead, of course, but it really doesn't show that they're the dominant team.
Well, and, Paul, it'll be very interesting to see what the second half brings. Back deep for Nevada Union is Jared Ralph and Cole Stanford. And about to kick off. And there is a little bit, and that ball will go out of bounds. So let's see where they put it. I would think at the 35.
That was something of a missed kick.
Well, it's just like the first one that he kicked, Paul.
It was a big high spinner.
You remember the first one that he kicked? One of the Nevada Union players called for a fair catch on it.
Right.
And Nevada Union's going to ask him to kick it off again. So they'll take a 5-yard penalty on that.
Now that's interesting. I wonder why they did that. They had a good field position.
That's a great question. Let's see how this turns out for Nevada Union.
Now, if I'm not wrong, they had the ball
at the 35.
At the 35-yard line.
So let's see what this looks like. Is it a good decision or a bad one or an indifferent one? We'll know here pretty quick. And Jared Ralph back to receive for Nevada Union along with Cole Stanford.
Now there's some confusion here.
And now there's a penalty against Nevada Union that will take it back to the 40.
So we're taking back up where we left off, Jim. Penalties by both teams. Let's see if we can get this thing started.
And there it is. And the ball is actually caught by Jordan Mossbarger. And so instead of getting it at the 35, they get it at the 25. But first and 10, and you know, you have to say to yourself in this situation, Paul, big series for Nevada Union to come out in the second half. I mean, they're ahead by 14, but there's a lot of time to play, and they've got to make a statement here early in the second half. So here we go. In motion, and a good carry by Cameron Ryan, but an excellent tackle by Troy Rosshill. If Cameron Ryan had gotten by Rosshill, I think that would have been a huge gain.
I think so too. Ryan, you're right, made a good cut inside to his right and finding a hole inside.
But 6 yards, 2nd and 4. Single back offense, man in motion. Here is the handoff to Ralph. Not much yardage, gets a little bit. I think he did get the first down.
It'll certainly be close. Yes, they're going to move the markers.
Tackled by Jason Hahn.
Number 44, Troy Rosshill.
And Troy Rosshill again. Rosshill has been probably their most talented defensive player in the first half, and he picks up right where he left off. 1st and 10. Handoff. Not much yardage there.
Trying the right side. Looks like that was Drew Hoskins.
Number 5, Drew Hoskins. Stopped by number 45.
So let's say 2 yards. 2nd and 8.
Now, is it me, Jim, or do both teams seem to be very tentative?
Well, it was a tentative first half. Let's see where it picks up here. Back to pass. Throws wide open. Complete. Needs to get a move. Cameron Ryan gets down the sidelines and is tackled at the 35-yard line by Troy Rosshill. And a first down for Nevada Union at the 37-yard line.
And boy, that has to be a blown coverage, Jim, because how do you let a back like Cameron Ryan all by himself? There was nobody around him within 5 yards, and you'll see it here on the replay.
Let's take a quick look at it here.
Watch this. He is out there. There's no one there. He's got the whole sideline and goes nicely up the sideline. Good tackle.
Ryan again. Big gain. Cuts outside. 20, 10. Taken down at the 3.
Wow, saving a touchdown. Number 23.
Ethan Ovaid.
Ethan Ovaid coming out of the corner, making a shoestring tackle on Ryan. Ryan running free here to start this second half.
I think that Cameron Ryan drank his Gatorade at halftime.
Somebody pumped him up, that's for sure, because it seems like he's got another step.
1st and goal at the 5. Oh, big sweep. Needs to be sealed off. Is touchdown Miners! Jared Ralph.
Which is what has got to be the biggest touchdown of the season for Jared Ralph, getting high fives from all of his offensive players. Ralph, knowing what he has to do, smelling the end zone and making the corner, just basically outrunning the entire defense.
Well, and I'm sure that there have been bigger this season, but when you're ahead 21-7, that was a big one for a 21-7 lead. Spotted, kicked, and good. So Connor Maloney, 4 for 4 on the night. 9:58 to go, and the Miners extend their lead to 28-7. You got to think that Dave Humphers and Brad Delbon are on the sideline saying to their defense, hey, this game isn't over.
Absolutely true. In fact, if you're looking over at the sidelines for the Bulldogs, they're huddled up over there and they're fired up. You can see them on the sidelines. The coach has got them fired up and they're all giving each other high fives. They're not going to quit.
Here's Ralph coming right at us.
And Ralph heading for the flag, finding a little hole there, but knows he just coasts in as he gets the blocks he needs to make the corner.
You know, Paul, I'm going to say it right now, big 6 points.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big touchdown. You normally would say, hey, you go up by 21 points, no big deal. But in this game, that hopefully is making a statement coming out here for the second half.
Well, we've just got a score from Dixon, and this is the third quarter, Jim. Dixon 28, Bear River surprisingly 14 in the third quarter. I'm sure that was called in to Gil Dominguez by Marty Mortensen. We'll keep you...
you know what? I want Marty live. Where is Marty? He wasn't... Oh, grouchy Marty is a bad Marty. So kicking off. Lines it right up the middle of the field. A big jump. Oh, but a nice reception there by Jeff Beasley. Beasley tries to take it to the left side, but Nevada Union converges on him, and at the 25-yard line, it will be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And number 55, Isaac Collier, comes across there to make that tackle, chasing down Beasley. So the Bulldogs will take over, Jim, and we'll have to see what they've got. They're behind by 3 touchdowns. You would have to think that they're going to open this thing up in some way.
Well, this is definitely, you would think, you couldn't call it a make it or break it possession, but it would be close. Right side, nice stutter step. Number of Miners make the tackle, maybe a yard or 2 short of the first down, and no, the yardage that they give him will be enough for a first down.
Picking up the first down for the Bulldogs, that's number 22,
and you know, I don't see number 34, Jimmy Hines, back on the field. We know he went off injured before the end of the first half.
I thought we saw him in the final plays of the first half.
That is Hines there.
There's Hines, yes. And another nice gain on first down. Picks up about 9.
Here's that last run at field level. Good camera work. And this is Williams making a good cut inside right there behind his blocker.
So a second down and short, 2nd and 1. And Hines gets the first down. Not much more. Gets to about the 46-yard line of Vacaville.
So the strategy appears here by the coach of the Bulldogs that he's going to try and get that first score. You got to get 1 before you can get 2, before you can get back in this ball game. So he's going to do what he knows he can do. He's going to beat through that line, try to win the offensive defensive line play. Move down the field and get that first score.
Well, they surely don't want to go into the fourth quarter down by 21. Hines again, but this time is knocked into the backfield and down he goes. A nice play by number 59, Chad Knight.
Chad Knight just throwing him backwards, Jim. I wonder where they're going to put the spot. They're going to put the spot at his...
where he was first hit.
Yeah.
So it'll be about a 2nd down and 10. One of the first times they have held Hines for a no gain or loss. Handoff inside. Miners plug the hole very well.
3-yard gain on the play, number 22, Markel Williams.
And Markel Williams on the gain.
Jordan Mossbarger.
And Mossbarger, who has had a big game tonight. with the tackle. Big third down, back to pass, throws over, completion, first down, and out of bounds goes Jeff Beasley.
Nice pass play. Jeff Beasley coming out of the backfield and catches that pass in the flats. We saw that one earlier in the game, Jim, and it was successful then too. So the Bulldogs move those poles.
They do, and they are now in Miner territory at the 37-yard line with a 1st and 10. Hines in the backfield takes the ball. Big yardage again. Miners finally gang tackled Jimmy Hines. It looked like Nate Berriman punched one of the Nevada Union players coming out of that play. Cole Stanford was down, back on his feet. Clock continues to run. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Handoff. Oh, Hines got by the first man, and but it'll be a third down play.
Good tackling there by Henry Harrison, number 27 in there, just to get a little piece of Hines, and he goes down.
Harrison's had a good night too tonight. Harrison and Wibholm defensively have been stellar. Throws, looks like a lateral. Takes him out of bounds, short of the first down. This is going to be fourth down, and another nice tackle by John Wibholm.
Wibholm coming up nicely to make that tackle, throwing him out of bounds. But you'd have to think, Jim, that this is four down territory. They're not going to punt it from here, that's for sure.
So another big play for Wibholm, making a good case for a player of the game tonight. Here it comes over on the left side. And there's John, sheds the blocker.
Back on the field.
And
Wibholm doing the job out there on the sideline. Now I believe we have an offsides on NU.
All right, want to remind
while
you
we
guys
were
some great
away,
raffle prizes. Get those raffle
a dead
tickets.
ball foul of offsides against Nevada Union, and that will allow Vacaville to earn a first down.
Over at the west end of the
almost
stadium
into the red zone at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
And a big thanks going out to Tailgaters, a $40 gift.
Handoff, nice gain.
Who will also be showing tonight's
Taking
game.
tacklers with him
62,
again
62-inch TV immediately
is
following.
Jimmy
Check
Hines.
out Tailgaters and a big thanks.
Jimmy Hines doesn't seem to have lost a step here. He comes back in after that injury.
What
they
a
must have
freight
taped him
train.
and rubbed him out or whatever they did. He is still a bowling ball up the middle there.
A strong 9-yard gain, 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. And there's a fumble. And I believe that will make it a second down. A third down and 2 now for the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs losing an awful lot of time in this drive. They are moving the ball by benefit of that big penalty.
On Hines in the backfield again. Second man through. Oh, and a beautiful play by Chris Beer-Temple.
And that's as good as a defensive play as you'll see. Beer-Temple fighting off the blocker.
On stop for the Miners.
And then making a great tackle.
But a first down. Boy, but that could have been a lot worse.
Oh, it could have been a touchdown easy. Had he gotten past Beer-Temple, that was he was heading for the barn. Beer-Temple saving the score.
So 1st and 10. Man in motion. Everything goes right. But a great play by Nevada Union. And I think that they're going to call Eric Niedermeyer on a penalty there for a horse collar. Let's see.
Niederberger was looking for something to grab there, and unfortunately, I think he got the collar, the back of the shoulder pad, which is a penalty.
Can you cue that one up for us again, Gil?
No, actually, the penalty now is being called on the Bulldogs, it would appear. Let's see.
And it is. You're right, Paul.
And it's a big one.
10 yards. Let's take a look here. See everything go left.
And he goes around. Now, he does horse collar him down.
Yeah, now he grabs his jersey.
But I believe there was a holdout here, is what they're saying.
So back to live action. Now a 1st and 20. Ball goes to the left. A few yards on the play. No penalty this time.
For the Dogs, that's number
But
1,
we're
Jeff
inside
Beasley,
5
top
minutes
five,
at
number
4:42 to
55,
play
Jordan
in the third quarter.
Well, I'll tell you, Jim, that play went left, but on the right, Kyler Martin, the wide receiver, was left all by himself. There wasn't anybody out there. He's going to go back to the huddle and say, hey, man, you got to look over at me. I'm wide open.
2nd and 20. Peacock back, right over the middle and incomplete.
I'm not sure who he was throwing at.
So now a 3rd and 20.
Once again, Peacock throwing an errant ball over the middle. Again, I didn't see a receiver looking at him. There were two players in the area. Neither one of them were looking back to receive the football.
So 3rd down and long, 3rd and 20. Pivotal play for the Bulldogs. Deep in minor territory at the 25. Back to pass, rolls right, has a little pressure, throws, intercepted! Cole Stanford with the interception.
On the interception,
Wow.
number 6,
Cole Stanford making an absolutely stellar play. Diving in front of the receiver who was there to receive the ball, and he just basically outhands him.
And what a tragedy for the Bulldogs. They eat up all that time on the clock only to throw an interception. So 4:08 to play in the third. Nevada Union, with no harm to their defensive game, happens to get another turnover, leading by 21. Oh, and an inside handoff. Very nice play. Tries to break into the open. Can't quite do it, but gets a good game. Jared Ralph.
Oh, here's a treat. We're going to see Stanford picking this ball off. Now watch him play the quarterback with his eyes. And there's the throw. It's a good throw. But Stanford, bang, right there, picks it off. Great hands, great anticipation.
So Stanford with his 2nd interception of the evening. So who's going to break the tie, Stanford or Withholm? 2 apiece.
And I'm just looking now for stats. I'm trying to find out about interceptions. And there isn't any statistics on how many interceptions Peacock has thrown this year. He's got 3 this game.
4.
You're right, it's 4.
So short. And a 1st down, again on the carry by Cameron Ryan.
For the Miners, that's number 7, Cameron Ryan. On the stop, number 80, David Taylor.
And with 3 minutes to go in the third, Nevada Union with another 1st down. Ryan trying to hit that right side. Flag comes in. There'll be a foul against Nevada Union. Ball goes out of bounds at the 45 of NU, but it will be brought back.
And I would assume that it's a hold, Jim. Did you see the foul?
No, I didn't. I saw the flag come in, and, you see a flag in that situation, you pretty much know 49 times out of 50 what it's going to be, and it's a hold against Nevada Union.
So once again, we're seeing Nevada Union give the opportunity back to the Bulldogs. You would think that one more touchdown by Nevada Union would be the coup de grace.
Well, you'd think so, but by the same token, when you're starting off 1st and 20, you're not putting yourself in a very good position. But let's see what Brogan Jans can do. Back to pass. Had Drew Hoskin over there, and Hoskin dropped the ball.
Hoskin knew it, too. Immediately, you see those hands go to the face mask. Hoskins had open field ahead of him. He was thinking about the run way before he caught the football. So it'll be second down and about 22.
.233 to go. Third quarter. Shotgun formation. Ryan in motion. Ball is thrown out here. Nice completion to Cole Stanford. Beats his first man. 20, 10, touchdown Miners. And no flags on the play.
Cole Stanford, he can do it on defense and he can do it on offense. The man catches the ball in the flats and just flat out runs everybody down the sideline for NU, and the NU fans are going nuts.
So with 2:21 to play, the Miners now up 34-7. And Connor Maloney in again for the extra point. Bad snap, spotted and kicked and good. So Maloney 7 for 7 on the night. And the Miners lead 35-7. And I think a few of the fans are getting a little fidgety and saying, hey, maybe we call it a night here.
Yeah, I'm going to use the R word. I'm going to use the route word now, because that's what we're getting here. Here's the touchdown. Watch Stanford, and you can see him at the bottom of your screen here, and he will make a move right there. He loses his defender. The ball is thrown beautifully. He's there to catch it. The defender doesn't catch up with him. That right there is where he should have made the tackle, but Stanford eludes that, and down the sideline he goes. Great camera work. Sean Kashevsky right there.
Sean Kashevsky keeping up with him step by step, Paul.
You know, if you know Sean, he probably was thinking about going out there and making that tackle.
I'll tell you what, I'd want Sean on my team in a football game. But Cole Stanford, great job. Sensational performance this evening, both offensively and defensively.
Off your seat.
So the Vacaville fans across the way, they're not leaving. They're standing on their feet. They're cheering their team on, but this game may be out of hand.
And there's another squib kick. And let's see what happens. Miners say they have it.
Nope, they're going to call it for Vacaville. They're going to say the ball was down. I think that's a generous call.
It's going to be first and 10, Vacaville.
Well, certainly interesting. And that's the value of Connor Maloney. Not only is the ball now at the 28-yard line, but the Miners had a chance for a turnover. And with 2:16 to play in the third, Nevada Union is seemingly in great shape, up 35-7. Here's that handoff. Great play defensively. Very small gain. Justin Noxon in on the play. Noxon, a big San Jose Sharks fan.
Number 22, Markel Williams, stopped by the Miners, number 38.
Always likes to talk a little hockey. Still has all his teeth. So here we are, second, and we'll call it 9. Here's the pass. And that is intercepted.
Interception number 5 by Peacock.
I think that was Beer Temple on the interception, and it was Chris Beer Temple.
Chris Beer Temple.
And I'm watching Peacock walk off the field, obviously frustrated.
You got to think, Paul, he has not had a good night.
That's an understatement, Jim. I can't imagine he's thrown 5 interceptions in a game anytime during his career. He's getting some high fives from his teammates on the sideline, but he knows that that was an errant pass. That wasn't a defensive interception. That was his poor passing.
So what do the Miners do here? Needs to get rid of the ball. And he gets away. The 30 finds a seam and then taken down at the 20-yard line. And Cameron Ryan is down on the field. So a big gain for the Miners.
25-yard run.
Now let's see the replay. You'll see him get away, and you'll also see Ryan get hurt here, I believe, Jim. Let's see. Now he fades back. He doesn't find anybody, and being the smart quarterback he is, he doesn't just throw an errant pass into the end zone. Now, at the top of your screen, once he gets away, we'll see Cameron Ryan. And there he goes. There goes Jans.
He's already down.
There he is. There he's down.
There
There's
you
no
see
one
him right
around
there
him.
in that area.
There's no one around him. He's on the field now, and they're getting him up, and he doesn't look. Maybe it was a cramp.
Wow. You know, this sideline's got awful quiet.
It sure did.
Cameron Ryan probably viewed as the best ground weapon for Nevada Union.
And the offensive player of the year for the league. They might just be smart to sit him.
Oh my gosh, you know, maybe you say, hey, let's look a little bit towards next week.
Nice game, Cameron. Why don't you have yourself a seat?
Yeah.
And smartly, he is doing just that, getting some high fives on the bench. He's going to get himself a drink of water and have a seat. Cole Stanford also.
Jason Slade checks into the game for Nevada Union. Man in motion. Nice handoff. Slade with a nice block, actually. Good gain by Jared Ralph. And most importantly, keeps the clock running. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Nevada Union up big, 35-7.
And when this game started, Jim, I don't think anybody was going to call this kind of a lopsided score this time in the game.
You know, even with the, well, let's call it this, with the wacky first half, you kind of wondered what the rest of the game would bring. The Miners now milking the clock a little bit, inside a minute at 45 seconds. And here's Cameron Ryan. Hits that right side for a nice gain. And if the Miners want to, that would be the last play of the third quarter.
Cameron Ryan picking up a couple yards before he stopped by number 80.
And I believe that will be it.
Third down.
21 seconds left. Jans over the sideline to talk to Coach Humphers, and the coach is going to send another play in.
10 seconds. Miners break from the huddle. I think they're going to get this off. Rolls right. Nice gain. The 10, the 5. Touchdown, Miners. Brogan Jantz puts an exclamation point on the third quarter, and with no time left on the clock, makes it 41-7.
Brogan Jantz again using his legs as we saw him do in the first quarter, rolling out, not getting too much in the way of defensive struggle out there on the left side. Jantz just rolling in with his speed.
Spotted, kicked, and good. We are at 42-7, and we are at the end of the third quarter. We'd like to remind you that this special edition of Nevada Union Football is being underwritten by
Anderson Physical Therapy. Craig Anderson and Craig Basler have over 42 years of clinical experience treating sports injuries and now have opened their clinic in Nevada City. Phil has been practicing physical therapy in our area since 1992, and Craig is a native of Grass Valley, attending Nevada Union, and has been a practicing physical therapist for 15 years. Anderson Physical Therapy specializes in work injuries and spine rehabilitations and post-surgical patients. They also treat seniors with balance problems with special emphasis on working with athletes of all ages. That's Anderson Physical Therapy in Nevada City, near the intersection of Ridge Road and Zion Street.
And SPD Markets, SPD has 2 locations to serve you no matter where you live in Nevada County. There's the original one in Nevada City on Zion, and SPD in Grass Valley near Kmart. No matter what you need or no matter which SPD you choose, you'll always find USDA choice meats and a great deli section at SPD, a hometown proud IGA supermarket here in Nevada County. And so here we go to start the 4th quarter. There's the squibber and a nice play at the 30-yard line. And that was number 81, Kalani Agbegay. And the Bulldogs scored on their very first possession tonight. And since then, they have been shut out.
Not to say they haven't been in the red zone a number of times.
Oh, they've had many opportunities. Not too many yards. Looked like that was probably Jimmy Hines on the play.
And now we're seeing a few of the fans across the way. 12 minutes left in this game. 42-7, NU on a rout.
Well, if the Miners score once more, then they'll let the clock run. And the Miners string it out and take him out of bounds.
Number 34, Jimmy Hines, on the number 6, Cole Sneaker. Get your raffle tickets ready.
So 3rd down and 4 for the Bulldogs. We have a final in from Bear River. And the final is 28-14 in favor of Dixon.
Oh, and Marty.
I wouldn't want to be around Marty tonight, Paul.
That is going to be a long drive by himself home.
Well, maybe that's good. He can get rid of all that anger on the way home. I hope he doesn't take it out on a few motorists.
And I'll tell you, this is a sad day for Coach Savoy. That was a very, very talented Bear River team, and they had high expectations of going deep into the playoffs, Jim. My heart reaches out to Coach Savoy and Coach Logue at Bear River.
Maybe to Marty, too. He may need some help.
He may need
it's
some
too
counseling.
bad we're not there to escort him to his car. Here's a pitch, and there's Miners everywhere. Still trying to get away, and they called it dead. Jeff Beasley finally broke loose from the defenders.
And I really don't understand that.
And now they're trying to get the clock running again at 10:58. There it goes. Probably Mark Hauser working that clock. And
he wasn't really in the graphs, Jim. I'm
don't know.
They stopped the clock. They stopped
it's
the play.
one thing. It's one thing to know where forward motion stopped. It's another thing to call it dead. Back to pass, throws long.
Into coverage again.
But a flag is down. Stanford can run this back, but I think that this is probably going to go the way of
defensive pass interference.
Yeah.
Could very well be. Number 2, the receiver out there for Vacaville, that was Roman Hauser. And Hauser, again, it was a bad throw by Peacock. He tried to force that ball. There were 2 defenders. He was well covered. He would be better off just to throw the ball away or to just continue on and eat it.
Well, and let's face it. Here's what happened here. Stanford wanted to break the defensive interception tie between he and Withholm.
Once again, Raffle ticket 6977.
Cole having a great night tonight, both offensively and defensively.
And
a
it
penalty.
will be an automatic first down, I believe now. No, they will just
Holding against Nevada Union. Well,
so there was obviously holding in the backfield. It had nothing to do with the receiver.
so that makes it second down, I guess. Second and 12. Gives it around that right side. This could be a big gainer. Miners finally hog tie him inside the 50 at the 48. Markel Williams with the carry, and that'll be a first down for the Bulldogs.
And good for Markel. He is still going strong here, still running hard. His Doppler isn't down. He's going to do what he can do. 42 points or nothing.
And there's a guy breaks through. Big gainer. 20, 10. Touchdown Bulldogs.
Jimmy Hines, the 1,100-yard back for the Bulldogs all season long, breaks free and shows us his speed here late in the game. This game may have already been decided, but Hines has not finished playing for the season.
42-13.
Hines going over the sideline, getting high fives and pats on the back. Hines, the senior, playing in his last game. I hope there are some college scouts here tonight. I'm sure there are. Take a look at that fine running back, Jimmy Hines.
Spotted, kicked, and good. So with 9:50 to go in the fourth quarter, Miners have the game in hand, leading 43-13.
There's our line score. That's, as we mentioned before, only the second score by the Vacaville Bulldogs, and after the first series of plays, they took the opening kickoff and marched right down the field to score.
And we'd like to remind you that this game is being underwritten by B&C True Value Home and Garden Center. B&C is your neighborhood home and garden center for both builders and consumers. Winter is coming, and B&C has a host of project helpers for you to choose from. Electric blower, weed eater, Gas Pro blower by Poulan with a 25cc engine that blows at 205 miles per hour. Move dirt with the Poly Seamless wheelbarrow. You've got it all. They also stock lawn tractor batteries at B&C Home and Garden Center. True value in our neighborhood. So Vacaville to again kick off to Nevada Union. This one goes a little deeper and goes into the end zone for a touchback.
Wow, great kick. I wonder where that's been all night.
Well, obviously they've had a strategy that they thought they could get the ball turned over, but it hasn't worked out very well. 9 minutes, 50 seconds to go.
Right here at Hooper Stadium. Race starts at 8:30. You can walk or run. Come join at least 1,200 of your neighbors right here at Hooper Stadium.
So it'll be interesting to see how the Miners approach this possession. Handoff up the middle, some decent yards, but most importantly keeps the clock running. Jason Slade on the carry, makes it a second down and 6.
So they're going to leave Jansen in the game, but they still have Cameron in the game, so they're not going to substitute any of their important backs.
And in fact, here is Ryan up the middle.
He's
big
gone.
gain.
He's done.
Nobody there. Needs the block. Evades the block, but touchdown Miners. Cameron Ryan, the workhorse of the Nevada Union offense, scores again on a 79-yard carry. And the Miners are close to the half-century mark, 48-14.
And you know, the Bulldogs just gave up on that play, Jim. He got out there. The linebackers were taken out by excellent blocks on the first back through, but there was no pursuit.
Spotted and kicked and good. So Maloney goes 7 for 7 tonight. And with 9:09 left to play, Miners lead by 35.
So first we see the splendid speed of Jimmy Hines breaking away for the Bulldogs, taking it in from about 35 yards out, and then Cameron Ryan showing why he has won the Offensive Player of the Year for his league.
And let's take a moment to remind you that this special edition of Nevada Union Minor Football is being underwritten by Tony's Forest Products and Christmas Trees. Christmas is only a once-a-year event. It's a special time for family and friends. A beautiful Christmas tree is part of the holidays. The Tony family has been at the same location for 20 years. Their trees come from Washington and Oregon. They have Douglas firs, grand firs, noble firs, silver tips, white firs, and cedar trees in a variety of heights. 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week till the trees are gone. Merry Christmas from Tony's Forest Products and Christmas Trees. And so Nevada Union ready to kick off. The only thing that hasn't happened tonight has been one of Connor Maloney's kicks turned over. And so here it comes. Gets right through another play. Won't make it to the end zone. Picks it up at about the 5. Tries to come back. Miners are now trying to corral him. And he gets back to about the 15, maybe the 16-yard line.
So, what does a coach say to a team? The Vacaville coach, what does he say to his team when they come to something like this? They have been through, they've had a splendid season. They make the playoffs. They travel here to Grass Valley, Nevada Union, Nevada City, and just are routed by a team that they matched up with pretty well. Jim, it's got to be way disappointing.
Penalty on the play. Carry is up the middle to about the 20-yard line. So we'll have to see what this is. Clock has stopped with 8:47. And the penalty is against Nevada Union. So it should stay at first down, but maybe be first down and 5. And I have my good friend Rory Maloney in the booth here with us tonight. How's your brother done tonight, Rory?
Pretty good.
Are you pleased with his performance, or are you going to give him some tips after the game?
I'm pretty pleased.
Rory, I got a question for you. Are you and I going to go to another hockey game soon?
Yeah.
That's my wingman at the hockey games there, Paul. Rory Maloney. So, Miners in pretty good shape here tonight. Rory, your brother's been perfect on the night. You've been training him well. So, here comes Vacaville up at a 1st and 5. Hands off, right side. Nice gain, close to a first down. Again, the Miner defense doing very well tonight. I think one of these nights, Paul, we need to get Rory to come up and do statistics for us during the game.
Oh, I'd like that. We could use the stat man here.
We'd even give you a chair, Rory. You could sit here right between us, and you could go ahead and do stats and just be ripping them right off to us. What do you think?
You come find us next year.
Rory doesn't have a car, but he has a bicycle, and it says, "I would rather be fishing right now." Big handoff up the middle, first down, big gain, cuts back against the grain. Miners finally take him down at midfield.
Markel Williams finding some room up the middle and making some excellent cuts. Makes his way to midfield.
And the clock continues to run, a little bit less than 8 minutes to play. Miners in good shape, ahead 49-14.
Running the option play.
And a little bit of a gain, gets the first down.
That was Robert Bensing at quarterback, running the option play and deciding to keep the ball, getting good yardage. Peacock comes back in.
Congratulations to Sable. She's the winner of the $40 gift certificate.
And so here's a handoff, right side. Nice gain on the play by Williams again, and he's taken out of bounds.
So continuing the drive, the Bulldogs, in a very Bulldog-like way, not going to give this up.
And a long grind tonight. This game approaching the 2 hour and 45 minute mark. Handoff up the middle. So that'll make it a second and about 7 minutes to go.
This shows a lot of character, too, by the Bulldogs. They, you don't see a lot of pushing and shoving. You don't see any words being exchanged. Very class act.
That's a very good point. Sometimes when a game is like this, and here's a long throw into the end zone.
Oh, it dropped.
Incomplete.
Oh, he had it in his hands. Oh, that's a heartbreak. The ball was perfectly thrown in the corner. I think he had already put that aside and was spiking the ball and then forgot to catch it. That was number 33, Tom Parsons.
And let's take a look at that again here, Paul.
Now watch, this ball is beautifully thrown, and it is a touchdown. And watch, Parsons is right there. He's got it in his hands. He's already got the thing put away. He's already going to tell his mom and dad about it, and then he just drops the ball.
Back to live action. Handoff on the inside. Nice gain. Close to first down yardage. Miners bring him back on the play. And clock is stopped with 6:35. And it'll be first and goal for Vacaville.
Well, NU's defense has to be congratulated tonight. They have done a superior job.
They surely have done well on the pass defense.
That is true, but this Vacaville team averages just under 40 points a game, as we mentioned before, 38.6 points a game, and they certainly held them under their average.
And Cole Stanford with an incredible game tonight on both sides of the ball. 6 minutes to go. Brock Cross limps off the field for Nevada Union. Two Miners have Hines cornered and taken down at about the 6-yard line. And that'll bring up a third down. I guess they can pick up a first down at about the 2-yard line. A Miner is injured on the, and it looks like it might be John Wivholm.
And John is, they're looking at his knee. They're pulling out his leg as if he's got perhaps a cramp. It's getting that time of the night. It might be number 14, Travis Millhouse. We'll have to see. I'm not sure that it is John Wivholm down. Boy, there's nothing worse than a cramp. And it can be just as painful as a major injury.
Well, look at that, how they're working his leg there. Might be a little more than that. Look at how they're working on the knee and the shin area. And I think it is Wivholm.
Well, it makes you wonder, Jim, why Coach Humphreys hasn't taken some of his primary players off the field. You don't want a player like Wivholm getting hurt when the game is in hand.
No, it isn't Wivholm. It is Travis Millhouse, number 14. So Travis Millhouse injured on the play.
Five minutes and 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And the clock now begins to run. A big third down play. Third down. They can get a first down at the 1 yard line. Taken down short of the goal line at about the 1. I think it is a first down.
It would appear that way, Jim. They haven't signaled it yet, but they're certainly right at the 1.
And it's fourth down. Didn't quite make it. But now the clock is stopped. Why would the clock be stopped in this? Well, somebody maybe is on there. Now it starts.
So the ball spotted on the 1 yard line.
And he didn't make it. Tries on second effort, but did not make it.
Peacock handing the ball off to Hines.
And he did pick up a first down. So first and goal. Under 5 minutes, 4:45 to play. Handoff and walks into the end zone. Touchdown by Roman Hauser.
So Hauser scoring for Vacaville here late in the fourth quarter. I must say it's somewhat of a meaningless touchdown at this point of the game.
And we can only hope that when Nevada Union gets the ball, they can run out the clock. 29-point lead, 49-20. Spotted, kick, good. We have got 4:41 to go here in the fourth quarter. This game decided, 49-21, Nevada Union.
And the seniors for the Bulldogs coming off the field, giving each other high fives. They know that this is the last time. Many of them will put on pads. Many of them will play.
Let's do final mentions here. This NorCal Game of the Week has been underwritten by Hanson Brothers Enterprises. Hanson Brothers, their goals are simple: provide quality service and continue as a contributor to our community at Hanson Brothers Enterprises.
And by Hills Flat Lumber. Hills Flat's been your local center since 1921, and now they have 2 locations to serve you, in Colfax and in Grass Valley.
Mike Bratton, State Farm Insurance and Financial Services. Mike and Robin ask you to come join them as they honor the memory of their son Michael at the 3rd annual Turkey Trot 5 and 10K run Thursday, November 27th at Hooper Stadium.
And by Soft Answers, Dallas Wilfholm is your local computer specialist in the computer software management and design area. Call Dallas if you need help with your computer services. He loves to watch these minors play.
Beam Easy Living Center. Get a jump on the Christmas and holiday season throughout the store at the Beam Easy Living Center beginning Monday, November 24th through the 29th. And now here back to live action. And that ball is kicked deep, fumbled, and now reversed coming around the left side, gets to about the 20, maybe about the 22-yard line. And Justin Fike, it looked like, with that ball.
Now Coach Humphers is getting some of his second stringers into the game. You can see a lot of fresh jerseys out there, and rightfully so. There are some sophomores up, including his son, who is an excellent player, Gabe Humphers.
And so 1st and 10. Jason Slade rushes off the field. See what the Miners will do in this situation. Handoff, right side, nice gain. Will keep the clock going.
A 5-yard gain on the play for number 32, Dan Agnes.
And Dan Agnes with the carry.
On the tackle, number 3.
Now we're seeing also some alternate players coming in for Vacaville.
2nd and 4. Handoff. Nice gain. Bring up a 3rd down and short. Jason Slade on the carry.
On the carry for the Miners, number 21,
Slade, the
Slade,
junior back who has had a good season when called on. And so 3rd down and about a yard.
So, Jim, this NU team, from beginning of the season until now, just seems to keep getting stronger.
Well, they do, and it was a good effort tonight. I mean, the defense was stellar. They found a way to bend but not break. They were able to, 5-6 interceptions tonight.
No, as good as the offense had played, putting 49 points on the board, you'd have to say this was a defensive win. They were responsible for consistently stopping the Bulldogs. What did we have, 5 interceptions? 5 interceptions tonight. 2 fumble recoveries.
And here goes Jans. Jans will run for the 1st down. And so the Miners on 4th down convert.
Jans faking that punt.
He's so tough to stop.
I wonder if that was a called play or if Brogan just decided that was something he was going to do.
I'm sure it was a called play. They'd like to keep the clock running and get this game over with. I would be very surprised if they put the ball in the air. Handoff, left side. Steve Brindley on the carry.
Now, number 12 was quarterback that time. That was Brock Krause. He is back in. This is the first we've seen of Krause, and now Coach Humphers is calling a timeout.
Timeout taken by the Miners, and we'd like to remind you that this NorCal Game of the Week has been underwritten by
Seaford Physical Therapy. John Seaford is an expert in manual therapy and has devoted his life to making you whole again. He's also a proud supporter of the Bear River Bruin football program.
Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum OD. Doctors Jerry Chan, Lisa Moon, Stephanie Kirschbaum operate one of the most progressive optometric offices in the county, protecting your most precious gift of sight.
And extremely green. Christy and Mike Hoxie have opened their first all-green, earth-friendly Gibson goods store in Grass Valley, offering products for an earth-friendly living.
Top This Truck and Auto Accessories. It's time to pimp your ride and make your truck look good with the help of Chuck Cavros and all the guys at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories, proud supporters of Foothill Sports. And here we go. Up here on 2nd and 10. And the coach still out on the field. Finally goes to the sideline. 2:05 to go. Handoff to Slade. Slade gets a few yards on the inside. And now a whole new group, where the play has been called, comes on in on this 3rd and 10. We are inside 2 minutes at 1:45.
This must have been the reason why Coach Humphers called the timeout. He wanted to put a platoon of second-teamers in.
Handoff inside. Nice carry for a couple of yards. That'll bring up 4th down.
That was Steve Brindley, number 35 on the carry. Clock keeps moving. 1:13 left in this game.
Miners back to punt. Almost inside a minute. Fumbles the ball but kicks it away.
Good kick.
Good roll for Nevada Union. And the ball stops at the 19-yard line. So we would like to remind you that this special edition of Nevada Union Minor Football has been underwritten by... Hello.
Top this truck. No, Pioneer Motors. Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. At Pioneer Motors, each car is hand-picked, Carfax checked, inspected in detail. That's Pioneer Motors.
Anderson Physical Therapy, Phil Anderson, Craig Balzer have over 42 years of clinical experience in treating sports injuries and have now opened their clinic in Nevada City, specialize in work and sports-related injuries, spinal rehabs, and post-surgical patients. And here we'll go. Let's go back to live action. We'll pick that up. 54 seconds remaining. Throwing down the middle and complete. Robert Benzine at quarterback for the Bulldogs.
Wow, what a nice pass by Benzine. Rolling out and hitting his receiver. It looked like number 83, Kyler Martin, on the sideline. Beautiful pass.
So with 47 seconds to go, 1st and 10. Handoff on the inside. Very small gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 9. Half a minute to go in this contest. Nevada Union will move on to play next week. It might be here at Hooper Stadium. 49-21 is the lead right now. And here comes, over here on the near side of the field, nice gain, taken out of bounds, is number 45, Taylor Goodson. So Goodson with the carry, and another 1st down. 14 seconds to go. Our player of the game tonight, Cole Stanford. Stanford both defensively and offensively just making a huge mark tonight. 2 interceptions, and just some great plays offensively. Back to pass. Throws way downfield, and he makes the catch down to the 2. 5 seconds remaining.
They will stop the clock and move the sticks. Let's see if they have time to punch it in here. You know, we could make it could be Dallas Wilhelm. It could be
there's a
it
lot
could
of,
be Broen Jans.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many different players contributed. Cameron Ryan had a huge game tonight.
Well, we're going to give it to Stanford
absolutely
tonight.
Give it to Cole Stanford. You know why? He did it both ways. He did it on offense and he did it on defense. You can't take that away. He had a superior game tonight. So our Comby Trophy player of the game will be Cole Stanford.
And so now the clock runs. They get one more play off. Tosses it back. Miners trying to cut him off, and they do, and that will be it. So the Miners prevail tonight, 49-21. Cole Stanford, your player of the game. Miners will play next week. Take a look in the paper to see whether it will be here at Nevada Union or on the road. It could go either way.
Immediately following the game, down tailgaters.
So for the Miners, a good night here, and thank you for joining us tonight. And we'd like to remind you that this special edition of the NorCal Game of the Week has been underwritten by, we'll get our last one
SPD Markets. SPD has 2 locations to serve you. No matter where you live in Nevada County, the original SPD in Nevada City, on Zion Street and SPD Market in Grass Valley, located in the Kmart Center.
So that's going to do it here from
we got BC True Value Hardware to thank also. BC is your neighborhood home and garden center for both builders and consumers. So get the right start at BC True Value Home Center and Garden Center, and also by our good friends at Tooney's Forest Products and Christmas Trees. Merry Christmas from Tooney's Forest Products and Christmas Trees, open 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week till all the trees are gone, just down from the 49er Fun Park.
And Touchdown Productions, we are celebrating our 12th season of local sports television. Jim Adams with Paul Brown tonight saying thanks for tuning in, and be sure to join Ed Martin and myself next time as we present the Division I Volleyball Championship game, Lady Miners, Napa Indians. The Miners have made history as the only team to win 6 section championships, so they're going to go for number 7. It's the Lady Miners, it's Napa, section finals, right here on your NorCal Game of the Week. Produced by Touchdown Productions and voted one of the best by the Union Readers for 2007. So that's a wrap on it here tonight. Big win by Nevada Union, our executive producer and director, Gilbert M. Dominguez. Titles and replay by Brandon Duckett. Announcers Jim Adams and Coach, good to work with you tonight, Paul Brown.
Thanks for sharing the booth with me, friend.
Maverick King, Nicole Toshman, and Sean Kashevsky on the cameras. Lynn Dominguez, our office manager. Paula Mikowski, technical engineer. Remote facilities by Commander 2, and maintenance by Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Game of the Week trophy by Game of the Week award by Combi Trophy and Awards. Touchdown Sportswear by DK Institute. Write us at Cinto Graciano LLP for our accountants. Write us at deal@touchdownproductions.com. So, for Paul Brown, Gil Dominguez, and the entire Touchdown Productions team, this is Jim Adams saying good night from Hooper Stadium, where the Miners win big, 49-21. Good night, everybody.